Yo, this is Set with Set Media, man. I'm here to talk to you about our partner, Kalshi. Kalshi is the largest legal prediction market in the United States with over 1 million users. It's available in all 50 states. They are a real money market. People trading on what they think will happen. You can build a position and trade in and out of almost any prediction you think. Kalshi facilitates trade between people kind of like the stock market. There's no limiting your trades just because you're winning. Kalshi will pay you interest on your position. So if you make a long-term trade, you can earn a return even before the market is resolved. If you want to try out Kalshi, go ahead and give them a try, guys, at my link, kalshi.com/setmedia. Get $20 when you trade 20, so it's 20 for 20, guys. Once again, that's kalshi.com/setmedia. Go ahead and use my code setmedia to get $20 when you trade 20. Let's go ahead and take a look here at Kalshi, because like I said, it is a trading market where you can put in your prediction and you can go ahead and earn interest on that. You can make money off the knowledge that you know, and if you put $20 in, you get $20 back. So all right, guys, make sure to go check out my guy at Kalshi, because you can get in on good trades like who will Trump nominate as Fed chair, will Ali Khamenei be outed as the supreme leader, and will the US confirm that aliens exist before 2027. So if you want to get in on this action, once again, go ahead and go to my partners at Kalshi. Go ahead and use the link, or you can hit the QR code above and use Set Media to go ahead and get $20 when you trade 20. This is Set from Set Media, and shout out to Kalshi. All right, man, and shout out to Kalshi, and we are live. Yo, this is Set with Set Media, guys, and I'm back with another one for you. All right, guys, we're about to get right into this media analysis. We're going to go ahead and start with Caroline Levitt, having a press conference. Now, let's not forget to double tap that screen and like the video, and let's get right into
it. Good to see all of you. Thanks for coming today, as always. We're going to start with some scheduling announcements. This evening, President Trump will deliver remarks at Union Station for a political dinner. Tomorrow morning, the president will host the second cabinet meeting of the year and the 11th cabinet meeting of his second term. And later tomorrow afternoon, the president will host a Greek Independence Day celebration in the East Room. On Friday, the president will celebrate National Agriculture Day alongside nearly 1,000 farmers who are coming in from across the country for the first event of the season on the South Lawn, so pray for good weather, to highlight the president's successful policies in support of America's farmers, including efforts to lower input costs, open new trade markets, bolster the farm safety net, double the death tax exemption, end taxes on rural property loan interest, and create rural opportunity zones. Also, I'm pleased to announce that President Trump's meeting and a long-awaited meeting with President Xi in China will now take place in Beijing on May 14th and 15th. First Lady Melania and President Trump will also host President Xi and Madam Peng for a reciprocal visit in Washington, D.C. at a later date to be announced this year. Turning to the ongoing military operations in Iran, the United States military continues to decimate.
Yeah, due to how things are going right now in Iran, it does seem like, China's still able to buy their oil, so we're not really hurting them. And Iran is still able to sell their oil and charge people a fee to just move through the Strait of Hormuz. So, yeah, I do see why Trump would have to go ahead and push that meeting a bit further out so we can go ahead and see what we can do about Iran. Because if he was to go like right now, actually, Xi would be in a position of power, and that's just not good.
The terrorist Iranian regime's offensive and defensive capabilities. Just over 3 weeks in, it's abundantly clear that Operation Epic Fury has been a resounding military triumph. More than 9,000 enemy targets have been struck to date. Compared to the start of the operation, Iran's ballistic missile attacks and drone attacks are down by roughly 90%. The United States is also annihilating the Iranian regime's navy. We have destroyed more than 140 of their naval vessels, including almost 50 mine layers, This is the largest elimination of a Navy over a 3-week period since World War II. Again, let me reiterate, this is the largest elimination of a Navy on the face of the planet in a 3-week period since World War II. We are systematically dismantling Iran's defense industrial base, which will prevent future threats to the region. Our military also remains laser focused on eliminating the regime's threat to the free flow of energy through the Strait of Hormuz. Over the weekend, we dropped several 5,000-pound bombs on an underground facility used to store equipment, including anti-ship cruise missiles and mobile missile launchers positioned along the coastline of the strait. Our military efforts grow more successful with each passing day, steadily degrading Iran's ability to terrorize merchant ships. For all of these reasons,
because of this attack, Iran right now is currently moving more forces to over there to Karg Island. Yeah, they're going to move more forces over there to off the port to Karg Island to go ahead and defend it, because it does look like there's an impending invasion of Karg Island. I mean, we are moving troops over there, and there is, word going around Washington that they might be dropping troops on Karg Island, aka boots on the ground. And trust me, we all don't want that, but that's where it looks like it's going. And guys, don't forget to double tap that screen, like the video, guys. Appreciate the support.
Are very close to meeting the core objectives of Operation Epic Fury, and this military mission continues unabated. From the outset, President Trump and the Department of War estimated it would take approximately 4 to 6 weeks to achieve this critical mission. 25 days in, the greatest military the world has ever known is ahead of schedule and performing exceptionally. Day by day, the Iranian regime is being crippled, and their ability to threaten the United States and our allies is being significantly weakened. Their ambitions of building a nuclear weapon have also been crushed to an even greater degree than they were in Operation Midnight Hammer in June 2025. That's why you're beginning to see the regime look for an exit.
Well, I don't know about that. Like, one, we still don't have control of their nuclear stockpile or their enriched uranium stockpile. And I mean, let's just keep it 100 here. I mean, like I said, we don't have control of that. They haven't promised to stop enriching. And if anything, we push them further towards a nuke. So we have not handled their nuclear capabilities. I mean, we struck some underground facilities, but that's the problem. They got more facilities than that. And we're not even sure if we actually completely destroyed that facility, because think about it like this. I mean, we did the same thing back in June, talking about we obliterated it. Now we're back again trying to hit the same sites.
They recognize they are being crushed. Their ability to attack American and ally forces, as well as their ability to defend their own territory, is dwindling literally hour by hour. Following President Trump's powerful threat on Saturday evening, it was made clear to the United States that Iran wanted to talk. President Trump is willing to listen. As President Trump announced on Monday, the United States has been engaged over the last 3 days in productive conversations, which led the president to temporarily instruct the Department of War to postpone planned strikes against Iranian power plants and energy infrastructure only. The remaining elements of the Iranian regime have
Okay, so I like how she said that, like, only. So aka the ceasefire, like, they're still attacking each other, like, of course Iran is still attacking Gulf states, they're still attacking Israel. So yeah, the ceasefire was only about attacking energy infrastructure. Trump's ultimatum, that 48-hour ultimatum that he gave him, kind of put him in a corner. It's either like we talk, or he goes through and commits the action and just start blowing up, energy infrastructure. And then, Iran was going to return the favor and start blowing up energy infrastructure all throughout the Gulf region. And that'll really hurt us and everybody else. I mean, they took the whole global economy down with them.
Another opportunity to cooperate with President Trump, permanently abandoned their nuclear ambitions, and cease actively threatening America and our allies. But the president's preference is always peace. There does not need to be any more death and destruction. But if Iran fails to accept the reality of the current moment, if they fail to understand that they have been defeated militarily and will continue to be, President Trump will ensure they are hit harder than they have ever been hit before. President Trump does not bluff, and he is prepared to unleash hell. Iran should not miscalculate again. Their last miscalculation cost them their senior leadership, their Navy, their Air Force, and their air defense system. Any violence beyond this point will be because the Iranian regime refused to understand they have already been defeated and refused to come to a deal. Here at home, we are now on day 40 of the Democrats' shutdown of the Department of Homeland Security. Democrats in Congress are forcing American travelers to wait in hours-long lines at airports across the country, robbing TSA officers and other federal workers of their hard-earned paychecks that they use to feed their families, and causing billions of dollars in damage to our economy.
Which is absolutely terrible because like these TSA workers, they don't deserve this. This is the second time this is happening to them where they're going without a paycheck. And at a certain point, I can't even blame them for not showing up to work because they don't know when the next time they'll get paid or what. They're going to get 2 months of pay. And then the next time there's a reconciliation bill, they got to sit there and sweat through the entire bill process because they don't know if they'll be getting paid or not. Because you don't know if the Democrats want to use them as leverage. Yeah, that's kind of effed up. And then here's the thing. The Dems want to complain about ICE being, I'll be real with you. They want to complain about ICE actually taking the place of TSA. I'm like, well, I'm sorry, but you can't complain where you're holding up the bill. And if you want the ICE to be up out of there, like I said, just let them get funding again. Let DHS get funded fully, not partially, but fully.
A father of 3 recently told CBS News that he felt he had no other choice but to quit his job as a TSA officer and find other work as the Democrats' shutdown of DHS continues. This is the quote from the father, and
I bet. Think about it. It happened twice to him, and then also, yeah, rising gas prices at the same time. Yeah, that gotta kill him. That's hurting them.
Encourage everyone to listen. I think the hardest thing is seeing the struggle that my wife was going through and not trying to bring more stress to her, the father of 3 said, but seeing her cry every night. How am I going to feed my family? How am I going to survive? For the Democrats in Congress, the cruelty of this shutdown is the point. Nearly 500 TSA officers have quit since the Democrat shutdown began. President Trump, to alleviate this pressure, made the decision to send some of our amazing ICE agents to help alleviate that stress and address the long wait times. And for all of the critics of this solution a few days ago.
God, do me a favor and double tap that screen and like the video, guys. Let's get more people on the conversation by double tapping that screen. Let's show the algorithm we got engagement. All right, let's go.
When it was proposed by the president, it is yielding results. Wait times have improved since ICE arrived, and they are doing everything in their power to help their fellow federal service members. But it's important to take a step back and remember, why is this even happening in the first place? For nearly 6 weeks, Democrats in Congress have kept DHS shut down because they care more about illegal aliens than American citizens. You have Democrat elected representatives in states across the country who are willing to inflict massive pain on their own constituents to fight for illegal aliens who broke our nation's laws to come here. In recent days, we saw the deadly consequence of this deranged policy of Democrat open borders and an illegal alien first agenda. A beautiful 18-year-old girl, Sheridan Gorman, she was shot and killed in Chicago last Thursday morning while walking in a park with friends. The suspect in custody for murdering her is a Venezuelan illegal alien who was caught and released at the border by the Biden administration in May of 2023. Why would the Biden administration catch and release a Venezuelan illegal alien? That is not happening anymore under this president. But there are still tens of thousands, if not millions, of these illegal aliens in our country who seek to do harm to innocent Americans, like this beautiful young woman whose family will now never be the same because of her death. To make matters even worse, this monster was also released from local custody again after a shoplifting arrest, where in the sanctuary city of Chicago in June of 2023. Again, another innocent American citizen had her life stolen from her because Democrats embrace.
Ooh, in a blue state, in a blue city. Yeah, I mean, and that's the problem. It's in these sanctuary cities where these problems honestly pop off at because they let in all these undocumented immigrants and protect them. Say damn near it's their right to be there. And it's not all of them that go out there and commit crime, but the few that do is a tragedy because they were never supposed to be here. And like I said, we do hate when we hear Dems complain about ICE because it's like, all right, well, you understand that, y'all created this mess. Conservative numbers say y'all let about 4 to 7 million in. What made you think that the cleanup wasn't going to be messy when you're out here also creating cities to where you guys, well, give them sanctuary, and it gives the term sanctuary cities.
Reckless open border policies and reckless sanctuary city policies, which put criminals back into American communities. How many more Americans have to die before the Democrats end this madness? President Trump's position is very clear. He wants the federal government opened. He wants the Department of Homeland Security funded, and he wants the Democrat shutdown to end immediately. The president will also continue to call on Democrat leaders in sanctuary cities and states like J.B. Pritzker, where this young, beautiful girl was murdered, to cooperate with ICE and stop releasing illegal alien criminals into American neighborhoods. It is for the safety of every American citizen, including all of the people in this room. With that, I will take your questions. And here in our new media seat today, we have Gabe Fleischer.
Thanks, Caroline.
Thanks, Gabe, for being here.
Thank you. I have two questions for you. First, if the war in Iran continues past this current round of peace.
Oh, guys, make sure y'all double tap the screen and like the video. Or if you're watching horizontally, just press that like button. And also, if you have any question, comment, jokes, or disagreements, just go ahead and super chat it in. I'll be happy to read it out loud and engage with it. All right, let's keep it going. And if you're on Facebook, man, like the video. Appreciate you.
Talks, and with thousands of troops on their way to the Middle East, is there a point, either a number of ground troops or a number of days, at which the president will consider seeking authorization from Congress?
Well, as you know, right now, that formal authorization from Congress is not necessary because we're currently in major combat operations in Iran. The Department of War and the president, as I said, estimated about a 4 to 6 week timeline for the full completion of these military combat operations. We're again on day 25 today. And as a courtesy, nevertheless, the administration did notify Congress, the Gang of Eight, ahead of the launch of the operation 25 days ago. And we've also had our top national security officials go to Capitol Hill to brief lawmakers, again, out of courtesy and out of respect for them. So at this moment, it's unnecessary. But of course, the president in this administration will always abide by the law. Gabe, or do you have a follow-up?
Yes,
sure, go ahead.
Second question. In my reporting, I speak a lot to young voters, many of whom voted for President Trump for the first time in 2024, hoping to have no more wars and to have lower prices. Now, with the war taking place and with gas prices going up, curious what President Trump's message would be to those voters who kind of swung into his coalition in 2020.
I mean, no, here's the thing. Like I said, yeah, a lot of people voted for Trump on one, affordability, bringing down prices, bettering the economy, and of course, no new wars. And here's the thing: this war was the reason why we voted for Trump. I mean, let's be real. We didn't want to get into it because of the effects on the economy. Wars have always had bad effects on the economy, outside of World War II, of course. But yes, outside of that, they've always had bad effects on the economy. So it's kind of crazy, and especially in the Middle East. So us as the new generation, as me as a millennial at the late end of it, yeah, I look at my predecessors and I kind of see that, oh, yeah, us getting into war never really worked out for us. It's caused a lot of trouble in the economy and socially throughout our nation. So why would I want to vote for anybody who'd want to invoke this upon us again? Like, what sense would that make? And here you go. Here's all the proof we need. We get into this Iran war. It's about 27 days in, and we've got high gas prices. The job market is looking terrible. Inflation is about to be ridiculous because, yeah, trust me, we need more. We need that petroleum for more than just oil, and then we also need it to grow food as well. So that's going to hit us in the grocery market. So, like I said, if we can get this done today or by the end of the month, that would be best. If this goes on for months, yeah, they're going to be cooked. Like, yeah, the Republican Party is going to be cooked. And I'm sorry, but early elections are reflecting that.
Before, but maybe don't feel the administration's going as they had expected.
President Trump is doing this for you. He's doing this for young people so that we are no longer threatened by a rogue terrorist regime in the Middle East that seeks to kill the brave men and women who serve in our country in the Middle East, many of them young people themselves, young men and women who serve this country honorably in uniform and have been threatened, killed, and maimed by the rogue Iranian terrorist regime for 47 years. President Trump finally had the courage to step up and do what's right by our national security, our homeland security. As for the temporary short-term fluctuation in gas prices, the president has said once these combat operations are over, this administration is going to continue to unleash American energy dominance. We're continuing to do that every day, and we're going to see prices at the pump go back down, just as we have over the past year because of this president. And don't think for 1 second if the Democrats had their way, gas prices would be as they were under the previous administration, the Biden administration, record highs. This president is keeping them as low as he can during this short-term combat operation, and they're going to go right back down when this is over.
Thank you.
But here's a problem with that. Like, most people's not going to understand that the fact that it's going to take about 6 months, 6 months for those gas prices to fully recover. All that ground you made, you're in about a year, you guys are going to have to take 6 months to get it back. And by that time, we'll be facing midterms. And how's that going to look for Republicans? Like I said, and a lot of people was calling Trump out on this, and so was I. I'm like, bro, it's so close to midterms. Why would you take such a risky operation? Especially when a lot of people don't really see an end in sight. And I mean, look, bro, like they said, 4 days, 7 days. Oh, don't worry, it won't last no month. And now we're actually looking or getting down with the idea or the reality that is going to be longer than a month, which I hope is not, but it's looking like it.
Caroline, just within the past few hours, Iranian state TV has said that Iran has rejected the U.S.'s 15-point plan to end the war. What's the White House's response to that, and have these talks hit a dead end?
They have not. Talks continue. They are productive, as the president said on Monday, and they continue to be. However, I saw a 15-point plan that was floated in the media. I would caution reporters in this room from reporting about speculative points or speculative plans from anonymous sources. The White House never confirmed that full plan. There are elements of truth to it, but some of the stories I read were not entirely factual. So I am not going to negotiate on behalf of the president here at the podium. What I will tell you is these talks are ongoing. We're not going to get into the nitty-gritty details that have been exchanged between the United States and Iran at this time.
Well, yesterday the president mentioned a very big present that the Iranians had given the U.S. He wouldn't go into detail, but was it that ship?
Hold on, bro. Shout out to my dog Monty, man. He says buy an EV. He's because he sent the baller alert. Shout out to Monty on Rumble. He says buy an EV. Never worry about gas again. Which I ain't gonna lie, bro. It's like you're right, but you're a dickhead and you're right at this point. Like I'm be real with you because you're not wrong. But come on now, like I said, the entry, I would say the cost to entry to the EV world or to the Tesla world is a bit outside of people's affordability or outside of their pockets. So I'm sorry, but not everybody can just pop off with an EV, which I mean, sure, maybe me and you can. Well, I know you can for sure, but not everybody. I would say about 85% of Americans will look at you, Monty, and say, come on, bro, really? You tripping. You're tripping. But he does have a referral code, guys. But he does have a referral code. So make sure to hit up my man Monty for that one. He said, check Discord for Comedy Gold, courtesy of the Babylon Bee. All right, I got you on that one. And shout out to Monty, of course, for sending in about 4 baller alerts. Well, 3, but F it.
That was carrying 2 million barrels of oil that made it through the state of Hormuz.
I'll let the president speak on that at the appropriate time.
And then finally, Caroline, today, Iraq's government reportedly is planning to lodge a protest with the U.S., according to the Wall Street Journal. There was an attack in Iraq that hit a military clinic, killing 7 soldiers reportedly. What's the U.S.'s response to that? I
ain't gonna lie, you funny for that one. Hey, said the so-called war is transitory. I'm done. All right, that was funny. And hey, guys, what's going on?
Was the U.S. responsible for that attack?
I'll have to check in with the Pentagon on that, and we'll get you an answer.
Thank you, Caroline, too, if I may. Speaker Johnson today described the conflict as wrapping up, but the 82nd Airborne Division, they're typically deployed at the beginning of conflicts. So does the White House consider this conflict as wrapping up, or is it changing shape?
As I said at the beginning of my remarks, we are meeting our goals of Operation Epic Fury expeditiously. The president likes to maintain options at his disposal. It's the Pentagon's job to provide those options to the commander-in-chief. For any specifics on troop deployments, though, I would point you to the Pentagon.
And today, Philadelphia District Attorney Larry Krasner reiterated threats to potentially arrest ICE agents that were sent in to assist with these historically long TSA lines. He said, quote, the president cannot pardon you. Has the president seen Krasner's comments? Does he have any response?
The president cannot pardon you for what? He's talking to the ICE agents who are handing out.
Yo, bro, I remember I looked this up. Yeah, the ICE agents as federal agents can take the place of TSA. I mean, they're allowed to do that. Honestly, I'm gonna be real with you. You could have got like local police to take the place of TSA, to be honest with you guys. So, yeah. Tell Pritzker to chill his ass out and tell his ass to get on the treadmill.
Water bottles and are helping people move through lines at airports. It's a disgraceful comment. The men and women of ICE are great people. I would encourage this lawmaker, whose name I don't know and don't care to know, to actually sit down and speak with the ICE agents who are on the ground doing this important work, not just in our nation's airport, airports, but again, to remove violent, dangerous, illegal alien criminals from our country to protect.
Oh, and shout out to my man Monty coming in with another baller alert. He says, if you own a Toyota Corolla or more, you can afford a Tesla Model 3. I'm about to ask the chat. Chat, do you think you guys can afford a Tesla right now if you wanted to? I'm just saying. I'm not Monty, but I'm asking the chat.
This individual and all of us in this room and Americans across the country from murderers, pedophiles, and rapists who have been allowed into our country by Democrat politicians. Mario, good to see you.
Thank you, Caroline. Good to see you as well. Just given that the president postponed his original trip to China because of the war, should we infer that the war will be wound down and concluded by the time of that May 15th, 14th visit?
Again, as I've said, we've always estimated approximately 4 to 6 weeks. So you could do the math on that, Mario. But we do look forward. I know the president looks forward to going to China on May 14th and 15th. And of course, as always, we'll provide additional logistical details to all of you in the media for that trip, who I know look forward to coming with us as well.
Follow up. Was that a precondition? Did the two leaders speak about the conclusion of the war? Was that a precondition for them to have this rescheduled meeting?
No, there was a discussion about the rescheduling of the meeting between the president and President Xi. President Xi understood that it's very important for the president to be here throughout these combat operations right now. He understood, obviously, the request to postpone and accepted it, which is why we have new dates on the books, and I'm happy to announce those to you today. Jennifer.
In negotiations with Iran, are there still face-to-face talks planned perhaps in Pakistan? And who do you think would probably be going?
Again, I've seen a lot of speculation and reporting about potential talks that could happen later this week. Nothing should be deemed official until it is announced formally by the White House. I would not get ahead of our skis on reporting about any talks this weekend until you hear directly from us.
Let's be real. I can understand why the media is so persistent about these talks because, well, let's be real. Trump said one thing and Iran said another, and then both sides caused a whole lot of confusion. And like I said, I'm not going to say that Trump's lying, and I'm not going to say that the Iranian foreign minister is lying. I'm just going to sit there and say, look, man, it's either Trump is talking to some party that, the Iranian foreign minister don't know about. That might be part of the Ayatollah. Who knows? Or look, maybe Trump might have been, or he might have been talking to a group that really had no power, or he could have been lying. And then with the Iranian foreign minister, he could have been lying, or he could be telling the truth. And Trump is really not in talks with these guys, and they've already made their demands clear. They want reparations. They want our air bases, military bases out of the Gulf. Which trust me, both of those is already a no. And I think they want some type of right to enrichment, which we all know that's out of the question in terms of Trump.
That all of the allies will go along with whatever the U.S. concludes with these Iranians. Are you expecting that Israel and all the other allies will follow whatever agreement is made?
I think the president has shown that he is absolutely the leader of the free world, the head of the most powerful military in the world, and in various examples. So the 12-day war between Iran and Israel, the ceasefire between Israel and Gaza, the president has shown a very unique skill at getting our allies to get on board with what's in the best interest of the United States, but also the world in cases of foreign policy like this. Ed.
Yeah, thanks, Carolyn. So is there a time frame as to when the first oil tanker can go through the Strait of Hormuz freely?
It's a very good question, Ed. I don't have a specific timeline for you today, but it's obviously something the administration is working towards as quickly as we can. And with respect to oil, as you know, the administration has taken a number of actions to stabilize the markets. We directed the U.S. DFC to offer reasonably priced political risk insurance for takers through the strait. We issued that temporary waiver to allow countries to purchase sanctioned Russian oil to alleviate global pressures. We're working with the IEA to coordinate the release of another 400 million barrels. We issued that 60-day Jones Day Act waiver. And then just today, EPA Administrator Lee Zeldin, if you missed it.
Yeah, and this is why that whole, this is 5D chess against China and Russia. Well, I'll be real with you. Russia, now they can sell some of their oil without sanctions and make some money. And then, China, they're able to get through the Strait of Hormuz and get their oil. So I'm gonna be honest with you, like 3 of our biggest adversaries in this world right now is getting their way. And it irritates the shit out of me. I ain't gonna lie. Like, this actually pisses me off a little bit because I'm like, hold on, you're telling me that Russia gets sanctions lifted. We don't like those guys. We agree on that one due to what they're doing in Ukraine and other things. And then, of course, we got China, our economic rival, who does duplicitous trade tactics at every turn. Oh, no, they're able to get their oil from Iran and able to get in and out the Strait of Hormuz. And then we got Iran making money through entry fees through the Strait of Hormuz. And, of course, we took some sanctions off their oil as well. It's like, are you serious? But hey, you got to do what you got to do. I understand the plan. We got to release more into the global supply to bring down the price. So I get the plan. I just don't like it. I don't like the execution. It is what it is, though. So, like, as long as the results come with it of bringing down gas prices, which it did actually.
In consultation with the Department of Energy, announced a temporary emergency fuel waiver to allow nationwide sales of E15, gasoline blended with 15% ethanol, to remove all federal impediments to selling E10 gasoline across the country. The emergency fuel waiver will temporarily waive the summer low.
I'll show you right now. It actually did bring down prices. So because what was it? West Texan instruments. What was it? WTI crude. And they was at like what, $101, like something like insane. Now they're at 93, so that's good. Then there's Brent crude, which most everybody want to reference and go to for global oil prices. Now they were trading, bro. It was at like 113, damn near, actually almost at 117 at the highest. Then when Trump started releasing, oil reserves and start unsanctioned oil, yeah, that dropped dramatically, but still over $100. So there's still some, improvement to go, but well, we're going in the right direction. Let's just hope nothing else just, blindsides us like this war did somewhat.
Volatility requirements and blending limitations for gasoline to provide additional flexibility to the fuel marketplace. So as far as tankers through the strait, something we're tracking very closely, but obviously the administration is coming up with creative new solutions by the day to keep the price of oil stable, something the president wants to see. And I know Secretary Bessent,
Monty, when the channel get bigger, bro, trust me, I'm going to get a sponsorship from Tesla just for you, bro. You're going to read the ad. I promise you, you're going to read that ad. But shout out to my man Monty. He says a used Model 3 can go for under 10K. So yes, people can afford. Monty, come on, bro. I mean, look, I'm just thinking about the average American, but I'm gonna read it out. A used Model 3 can go for under 10K. So yes, people can afford 10K. Shit, they can pay for it with the gas savings alone over 3 years. It's not a matter of opinion. It's a matter of fact. I know, but the cost, bro, the gateway to entry, the cost to entry, a lot of people is going to go for the gas car instead because it's a lower cost to entry, even if it is maybe a bit more expensive in the long term. I don't think people are thinking like that. They're thinking about what they can afford in that short term. So, I mean, you're not wrong about the savings aspect, but the cost to entry, I'm telling you, people rather take that 10K and probably buy another gas car, which you'd get them on that one, or they can save maybe about 2, 3, 4, 5,000 and get them a gas car. That would be equally as nice. Maybe not gas saving nice, but still nice.
Right, Secretary Burgum, EPA Administrator Zeldin are all working together closely to find ways to do that.
Gave that 5.
But shout out to my man Monty. He's over here sending Rumble rants in through Rumble. And make sure to follow me on Rumble as well, guys. I'll go ahead and I'll put my Rumble channel in the chat. And also make sure you guys double tap that screen.
Day timeline for pause in operations. Would a tanker going through the Strait of Hormuz be one of the conditions that he would extend that?
That's only something the President of the United States can answer. I won't get ahead of him.
How about on TSA? Can I ask you about the TSA lines?
Sure.
Are the TSA lines, that we've all seen the video of that from various airports, is that going to be what ends the stalemate in Congress to get DHS funded?
Well, look, it's the Democrats who have led to this stalemate over the past 6 weeks. The president and the Republicans' position has been very clear.
True.
Fund the Department of Homeland Security. And we've attempted in good faith numerous times, both the president himself and lawmakers on the Republican side on Capitol Hill, to go to the Democrats with reasonable offers, with real solutions. They'll ask for something. We'll give them that concession.
And this is why I could never really get down with the Democrat Party, because it's just like, isn't it kind of evil to use people as leverage? Like even if I agreed with their position on ICE and I think they're Gestapo and all this wild stuff, even I had that radical line of thinking, I would still sit there and be like, all right, look, I think I like the American people more than I hate, ICE. And be honest with you guys. So taking pay away from the American people is a bit fucked up to get our agenda crossed with ICE. Like, come on, guys, let's not do this. But they did it. And they're continuously doing it. And just like the last shutdown, because they're steady voting no on funding DHS, they're just going to blame the Republicans who are voting yes. Same strategy. And people are still falling for it. Like, damn it, Dems, damn it.
And then they say, oh, wait, that's not enough, actually. So I think that's why I said earlier, the cruelty is the point. They want this chaos. They want to distract, I think, from the success of our military overseas right now, totally obliterating the Iranian regime. And it's very unfortunate because there's only the only people that are suffering from this are the American people. And I hear that Democrats might be flying out of town tomorrow. How convenient and lovely of them that they get to go to the airport and that they'll get to go home to their families when you have families, TSA workers who are suffering. You have people across the country who are missing flights for funerals and for work commitments because of Democrat politicians on Capitol.
And she's not wrong. Is that not fucked up? I mean, that's grimy as hell. Like, I'm be rude, as a Democrat, y'all should all be calling this out. Like, as a liberal, I don't care who you are, left or the right, y'all should be calling the Democrat Party out. Just like we can all call Trump out on this BS war, we should be able to call the Dems out on holding Americans hostage and holding their paychecks hostage because they're not getting their way. It's like, come on now. Both equally as reprehensible. Okay, I ain't gonna lie. What the Democrats doing is a little bit more.
Hill. Mary in the back.
Thanks, Caroline.
Glad to see you have a seat now.
I do. Thank you. Is the White House satisfied with Republican leadership's efforts on the Save America Act?
I think the president has made it very clear. He wants everyone on Capitol Hill to move as quickly as possible to get the Save America Act passed. And he wants to see that legislation on his desk as soon as Republicans and Democrats can move to pass it.
But are there any lawmakers in Congress that the president is frustrated with on this matter and feels could be doing a better job?
I think the president wants to see everybody on Capitol Hill move faster all the time. That he wants everyone in this town to work at Trump speed like we do here at the White House. Go to Karen.
Two questions on Lebanon, if I can. Is the U.S. providing support at this point for Israel's ongoing offensive in Lebanon? And is the president concerned that right now there are more than 1 million people who've been displaced and potentially could be for a significant amount of time?
That's not something I'm in a position to comment on for the first question. To the second question, of course, that's something that would concern the president. I think that's why he's again quickly moving to eliminate the threat of the Iranian regime in the Middle East, including weakening their proxies like Hezbollah, who have terrorized Lebanon for far too long. And I know that the president wants to see this again.
Whoa. I'm sorry, but no, they actually haven't. Hezbollah has not been terrorizing Lebanon. They're actually Lebanon's most trusted militant force against Israel. Actually, the people of Lebanon trust the Hezbollah to fight off Israel more than they trust their own damn army. And their own damn army feel the same way. So I'm sorry, but this is not the Hamas and Palestinian situation where they're being held hostage and all that good stuff. No, they're actually a force that in Lebanon that is actually respected by the Lebanese people. And let's be honest, Israel is just trying to take southern Lebanon, which is why they announced that, Lebanon's border stops at their river. We're just going to blow up all the bridge that leads out of Lebanon. Well, what was it? To go to southern Lebanon. I mean, come on now. They're kind of like telling us what they want here. And that's to annex southern Lebanon
as quickly as possible over the course of the next couple of weeks here.
Caroline, a question about the Strait of Hormuz. If these negotiations are not successful, is the only option to reopen the strait in boots on the ground, given that all of our allies have essentially said that they are unable or unwilling to help?
Look, that's a hypothetical question. It's a hypothetical question. It's also a decision that would have to be made by the commander in chief, and I'm not going to get ahead of him.
And in addition to that, when it comes to the vice president, J.D. Vance, what has changed that has made him more of an active participant in these negotiations with Iran?
I don't think anything has changed. The vice president has always been a key member, the president's right-hand man, and a key member of the president's national security team.
I got you.
He's been part of these discussions throughout this entire course of the administration with respect, again, to the 12.
Because the Lebanese people, that's easy. Because actually, look up what the situation going on in Lebanon. because the people of Lebanon feel way differently than the government of Lebanon. The government of Lebanon is actually a bit of a pushover, and they've been allowing Israel aggression on their own people, well, for years. And the people of Lebanon, well, are kind of sick and tired of it, I'll be honest with you. And you know, it's kind of effed up. That's, never mind, I'm not going to mention that part. But I'm just going to mention the part where, yeah, the people of Lebanon, like, that's why I never mentioned the government. You see why? Because the government is against Hezbollah, but the people of Lebanon actually supports Hezbollah. So that's where the disconnect has always been. And of course, think about it like this. If the government was also against Hezbollah, I mean, why didn't they enforce their dearming? I mean, they never did anything about that. They just let them roam free. So it kind of shows that the only reason they don't take care of Hezbollah is because there's, well, support from the people for Hezbollah. And that's the only reason. Like, you gotta look through the propaganda, my friend. But shout out to my man Monty. I just seen you over here in the background. What's going on?
Hey, read my Rumble rant.
All right, I got you. Shout out to my man Monty. He said call-in should be open, and yes, I will do a Tesla ad read for you. Shit, I'll spit the referral code with you right now. Oh damn, you ain't gotta wait. Shit, you want me to send in a video for you? I mean, look, man, when the time is right, you got it. You got it.
You don't have to get sponsored by Tesla. You don't.
Oh no. I'm hitting up Elon and everything.
I'll go 50-50 with you. Every referral you send my way, you get 50% of it. And that's between $250 and $500 now.
Well, sure. At this point, I'll just see if I get into affiliate marketing with them, since basically what you're doing.
That's what it is. It's an affiliate link. I mean, you could get the link yourself by buying a Tesla.
Oh man. Well, hold on now. Before we get too far from the Tesla, though, I do want to get your thoughts so far on what's going on politically.
I mean, politically, I told all the naysayers to stop naysaying.
I mean, all right. So what do you mean?
I mean, it's very, very clear what's going on. I how many times have I said don't look at the rhetoric, look at the results? I think I'm going to coin that phrase. Don't look at the rhetoric, look at the results. Don't listen to what Trump's saying, because every time everybody tries to predict what Trump's going to do, he fucking does the complete opposite of what you think he's going to do for the best reasons possible. And any true conservative that voted for the president knows every time he does something, it is with the best of intentions and usually the best of results. You can't compare him to George Bush. He's not George Bush. You can't compare him to Obama. He's not Obama.
About?
Huh?
What are the results here? So we can just make sure everybody know.
You haven't seen the results yet.
All right, so then what results are we talking about?
Don't look at the rhetoric, look at the results. When this is over and done with,
I mean,
or it goes on past the prediction that he put in, then you can start judging. Hey, what did we accomplish in Iran? Well, so far we have destroyed their navy, damn near. We have heavily burdened their missile attack capabilities. We have basically showed the entire world that we can go toe-to-toe with Chinese and Russian equipment. We have isolated control away from China and Russia from Iran. Now apparently we're going to put Russia into our sphere of influence by buying their oil and making them reliant on us. Like, all of these things are good things. Fuck all the noise about
Russia's not relying on us for oil.
No, Russia is reliant on our money for their oil. They are sanctioned 8 ways to Sunday, and now, okay, yeah, you can sell oil to us.
Yeah, but basically that we're funding that war machine, and a lot of people is not okay with that result. Like I said, the result is that prices came down. You're right. That's the result. So I'm happy with that one. But
it's not just about the prices, man. It's not just about the prices. It's about the sphere of influence. We are destroying the sphere of influence that every other country has spent 70 years trying to build after World War II.
But that mean they'd be just, all right, hold on here. Hold on. So because Russia's able to sell their oil unsanctioned for like a month, I mean, that's a good thing?
that is a good thing in the sense that we are building an alliance. It's the beginnings of an alliance. That's how alliances start. It's the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Well, now it's I can't do business with Iran, so I might as well do business with the United States. And you bridge gaps that way. That's
I mean,
how diplomacy works.
I'm sorry, but Russia and Iran is really close, actually.
until the drones and the money stop coming.
I mean, but let's be real right now. Like, all right, so you're telling me there's some huge plan that hasn't popped off yet to separate or to kill the relationship between Iran and Russia that just hasn't popped off yet.
It's we're laying the seeds. This is a 50 to 60 year plan.
All right. Like I said, a lot of people's not going to see it the same. And
I know a lot of
course,
people can't see past next week's car payment. I get that, but like it's more important that we do this and we're not stuck in this sphere of Russia and China and Iran, Russia, China, and Iran trying to lobby and move the needle in their favor. Like that has happened, and that's what put us in this position. China, by way of taking all of our jobs, right? You agree with that? China has destroyed what would have been the middle class and what would have worked as trickle down economics. That was on purpose.
No,
Russia,
I agree. No, here's the thing. Let me stop you right there, though, because I agree with you on their like the threat to us and all this good stuff. But the problem is, though, is that, well, okay, Russia, like I said, is now able to sell their oil unsanctioned to us. But I mean, that's still money in their pockets, and they're supposed to be an adversary. Iran is now still able to. China is getting their oil still through Iran, and Iran has shut down the Strait of Hormuz and it seemed to be closing it. So I mean, with with all this, it's kind of people are going to have a hard time getting your point of, well, what do you mean? Like we've like completed things. Like, what do you mean? Like things are looking good?
Because all right, the people that can't point to Iran on a map can go ahead and exit the conversation. Those are the people you're talking about. The people that can't look past breakfast, I'm not talking to them. I'm talking to people who are looking at a larger geopolitical sphere and don't want us to be subservient to another country that becomes a greater superpower than us. That is the goal. That is the goal through and through. This all ties back to money. You can look at the conversation guest student I had. We are trying to reassert our dominance over our dollar because our debt is out of fucking control. We're trying to reduce interest rates so that we're not beholden to that debt. And we're trying to steal manufacturing bases away from countries that are adversarial to us. All of these things are good things. None of them are happening in isolation. They have to happen simultaneously to get rapid change.
All right, now I do. Okay, so because the pushback on that's going to be, well, as it stands right now, like I said, things aren't looking good, but I do understand like this. We can't just be doomsday about this. We do got to see the good side of things. But as things currently stand, it'd be really hard to sell that position of
this is a very, yes, you're right. Yeah. This is a very high risk. So what people are used to with Trump is very, very low risk, high reward, or medium risk, high reward situations that he's gotten us into militarily. Like Venezuela, the perception is that we just went in there and fucking wrecked house. Like I think I made the joke, we can take over Venezuela faster than I can order Venezuelan food on DoorDash. Like low risk, medium risk, high reward. Immediately, you have a government that's willing to work with us, all that fun stuff. You're not going to see that in Iran. And I think people are drawing parallels to that and saying, oh my God, Trump's failing, because the standard of Trump is not the standard of George W. Bush. It's not the standard of Barack Obama or Joe Biden or Bill Clinton or H.W. Bush. It's the standard of Trump, which they're comparing to Trump. He is doing something a little bit different than what he is known for doing, but it's the same thing. High risk. This is high risk, high reward.
All right. I mean, high risk, high reward. Well, for sure, I agree with you on that one. It's just that let's just see how this works out, because that's where
Absolutely.
everybody's.
Yes.
You're right, because you're right. Like, first off, everything what you're saying is within the realm of possibility. I didn't trust me. I know a lot of guys are gonna say, "Set, what the f you talking about? There's no way that's happening." Actually, there is a possibility it could turn out like that, even if things aren't looking so good right now with negotiations. Because, like I said, we don't know what the hell's been going on with negotiations.
We're doing
All
this
we know-
day by day for things that are going to last generations.
Yeah.
Like that's what people are failing to realize. It's not just go, you can't change the entire world in one afternoon. Like, that doesn't happen. What happens is you put yourself in a position so that when opportunities arise, you can seize them and you can take advantage of them and you can exploit them. We want to exploit opportunities as a country. We cannot, because even when opportunities come now, we're so far emboldened in debt, and the American
But here's
person.
yeah, I know we get, but think about it, we'll be more emboldened in debt if we keep going through the escalation ladder in this war.
In this, no. This is but a drop in the bucket. I think, what was it? Sid
You're
said
right. It's only at 20 billion or so, maybe more. Well, maybe between 20 and 30 billion at this point.
You know what that equates to per taxpayer?
I mean, come on, Monty. We don't want to use the same argument that the liberals did by, well, I know it was used for fraud. I know we sent it out of the country, but it was only like 4 million or 40 million, guys. It's
No.
Like, all right.
Yeah, like that argument only holds weight when it does good things for us. This doesn't. This does good things for us, and it's not just giving Somaliland.
Hold on, man. We ain't got no good results from it yet, so we got to wait on that one.
What do you mean? Just I would pay $20 billion just to destroy Iran's navy, and we have done more than that.
I mean, bro. Well, the goal was to just, all right. Well, okay, we destroyed their navy.
That is the goal. That was the
stated
goal the whole time.
Well, maybe that's one. I don't know. If that's the goal, then can we leave, bro?
Yes, that's what we're trying to do.
Well, then that must have not been the goal. Because think about it. If we just pulled up, destroyed y'all navy, what the hell are we even talking to y'all for if that was the goal?
Because now
I think the main goal would be to handle their nuclear capabilities, and we just haven't got to that yet.
No, it's not. It's not about their. I don't think it's about their nuclear capabilities. I think Trump and you and me are on the same page. Iran's been 2 weeks away from a bomb for the last 40 years, or 30 years, or 20. Ask Bibi. I don't know.
I get that.
But so that is not the threat that everybody is highlighting. That has been the foreign policy talking point for as long as I've been alive. Oh, Iran bomb. It's not the issue. The issue is Iran's sphere of influence. We don't want Iran to turn into Russia. We don't want Iran to turn into China. And as long as they have each other's markets to feed off of, they can grow and grow and grow. We've just took one of their trading partners away.
I'm not even gonna lie, Monty. I low-key like the position you're taking right now. I have some disagreements, but it's a really interesting position you're taking, because it's
been my position the whole time, Sid.
I mean, well, yeah. Hey, look, as new information comes out, it's starting to form a little bit better. I'm starting to see it a little bit. I still disagree with some parts of it.
Because you haven't been convinced, and you haven't been proven otherwise. And you are naturally skeptical to any foreign entanglement, as you should be, as I am. But when the chips are down on the table and our boys are back at home and we're enjoying $50 a barrel gas again, or 40 or 30 maybe, what are you gonna say then? You're gonna be like, damn, Monty, you were right, I was wrong. Trump's the greatest ever.
Say, thank God.
Right. Like you win big when you risk big, and this is a big risk. I think the United States military is absolutely up to the task. I don't think that boots on the ground are required, but I mean, I'm not gonna pre-curse the president and be like, yeah, well, he's never gonna do that.
Well, I don't know. Like I say, if your goal is to grind down their military capability, I mean, in what way? Like their air, because we already took out their air force. I mean, we already took out
all of the above. Set all of the above.
Even the IRGC, because then I ain't gonna lie, we are gonna have to put boots on the ground for that.
Set, we don't have to put boots on the ground to take down the IRGC.
I mean, yeah, we kind of do, bro. We do.
Set. We don't.
Bro, they're gonna hide in the tunnels, G.
Hold on. Listen, if they're hiding in the tunnels, they're not shooting at us. They have effectively been neutralized. They're not dead.
Neutralized. They still pop out of the tunnels and shoot missiles. That's the problem. Though, to handle the IRGC, we would need boots on the ground. We cannot do that from the air. I think all military experts agree on that one.
Right.
We can't. And that would be regime change. We don't have
to handle them with bombs. We don't have to kill them.
I mean, how else we about to do this?
We're gonna say fucking hide in your tunnel. Cool, that's fine. As long as you're not shooting at us, you can live another day.
Well, god damn it, Monty. All right. Shout out to my man Castro, though. Remember, for 16 months, he says Trump effect. Threaten 100,000 and settle for 90. I mean, you know what? He'll do that. But in this case, like I said, everybody's on the edge of their seats.
Yeah, and they're naturally so. We are a very risk-adverse society, as we should be. It's served us well for 250 years. This is you fuck the status quo so many times, and the world stage. We don't know what Trump's going to do next.
I mean, that is true. We don't. But all right, though. Shoot, let's get back into the video. Let's Caroline Levitt finish up here because it's almost done.
12-day war that the president and his national security team negotiated a solution to with respect to the ceasefire between Israel and Gaza and the release of the hostages, which there was a lot of criticism that couldn't get done, and it did.
Guys, make sure y'all double tap that screen and like the video, and from wherever you're watching from, make sure you like the video, guys. Appreciate the support. Let's keep it going.
The vice president has been by the president's side every step of the way, and any reporting otherwise is just completely false. I see him in the room. Again, the president seeks his counsel on all matters, both foreign and domestic.
Can you just tell us who exactly the U.S. is negotiating with in Iran and why?
No, that's a dumb question.
Again,
hold on, Monty. All right, why is it a dumb question? I kind of do want to hear that.
Because I think the person that they're negotiating with is kind of like the vice president of Venezuela, where they might be the ones ratting people out and ratting out locations. They might be an asset. And if we say, oh yeah.
That could be the strategy as well, but I mean, when you got
it might be.
I said, but then like, why are we? And this is what don't make sense about it. I'm like, hold on now. So did y'all topple the regime or not? Because we'll be the regime talking to an outside party if you haven't. And like I said, the regime's will is still being carried out. So who the hell is he talking to?
So he's actually taking a book out of their a page out of their playbook. He's just saying shit, and then they have to go along with it. Like you don't get to be the country that's an asshole to everybody on the world stage, and the United States is like, okay, they're doing really good. They're talking to us, and we're gonna stop bombing them, and then they start attacking, and then they keep attacking. They now look at the ass. He starts this shit, and now they look like the assholes for continuing it. He's like, I stopped. I whooped your ass, and I left. Now you're going to get up and try to fight me again?
I mean, look, man, I'll tell you this right now. If Trump leaves from the Middle East, and I mean, look, these guys still got control of the Strait of Hormuz, the regime's still in power. And I mean, what else? Oh, yeah, we don't have no handle on the nuclear capability. It's going to look like a loss. Everybody's going to frame it as a loss, even if that wasn't Trump's goal.
Dishonest people are going to frame it as a loss. What? You don't get to dictate
bro, you're right. And it's going to be people within our own. It's going to be people inside of MAGA. You're going to see a lot of people show their face in MAGA if that's the case.
Why?
Because some people actually support this war on the hope of regime change. I mean, best case example,
that's dumb.
PBD.
That's dumb. That's dumb. PBD is dumb.
Well, I mean,
he's a very smart man.
guy, but he has a dumb take on this. I'll give you that.
So, like, why? Since when does? All right, I'm gonna announce my objectives to you, and then Sid is gonna reframe my objectives to you, and then I'm gonna complete the objectives I stated I wanted to do, and then Sid's gonna be like, well, he didn't do this thing that I completely cockamamie made up in my fucking head, so he failed. And you're going to be like, yeah, Sid, you're right. He failed.
I'm weak. But I get your point of view on that. Because, hey, Ace, look, Sid, come on up though, because I'm not even gonna lie. You do be doing that, and we need a little bit of that. But shout out to my man Daniel Castro. He said we proved we are dominant in war, and proved China and Russia don't want none. Showed we are very capable, and the fears about them retaliating were capped. I mean, hold on, but they not retaliate. Who retaliated?
No, they didn't. They didn't. What did China and Russia do? They
You're
said,
right.
you know what?
No,
You know
all
what?
they did was send pictures to Iran and said, "Hey, man, strike these if you can."
Yeah, it's like what did Russia do right after Operation Praying Mantis? They fucking pulled up as we were destroying Iran's navy, and were like, "We're here to take pictures, for history."
No, that is true. They made, because that's the thing though, and that's one thing I notice about the world is like even us, we do the same thing. We'll never get directly involved with a superpower, but we will do it through proxy, and that's what Russia and China is doing. It's like, well, we can't take United States up top because that's World War III, and we might lose, but we'll do it through Iran for sure.
Yeah, and we're destroying a proxy. Destroying a proxy is kind of like cutting off the head of a hydra. You cut off one head and two more arise. So we're gonna see some other people try to raise their proxy heads. I'm not saying that this is we have just created world peace for generations. Obviously not. This is an ongoing existential battle that means more to us than Iran, than Venezuela, than Greenland, than China or Russia. It is the whole board. We're trying to flip the board and play another game.
But all right, let's go ahead and get right back into it. And I want to see how Caroline Levitt answer this question.
On all matters, both foreign and domestic.
Can you just tell us who exactly the U.S. is negotiating with?
Whoops. Hold on, man. Shout out to my man Daniel Castro. He says we reset the global power ranking. Also have our youth valuable expertise. Yeah, have our youth valuable expertise in war. Also tested new weapons platforms. Also ones hating are anti-Israel. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, only ones hating are well, not really. Hold on now. Not just the anti-Israel crowd now. Like there's a lot of people who who are pro-America who actually, I mean, you know what? Actually, don't you think that's a bit weird though, Castro? That only the pro-Israel crowd is seeing this in like the best of light. Like everything is just so good for them. Even though, we're kind of the ones footing this war, Israel's not going to be laying ground troops on there, but we will. Like, I don't know. That's kind of fucked up.
I'm not
I don't know if I want to
pro-Israel.
celebrate that.
I'm not pro-Israel, and I see the bigger picture. It has nothing to do with Israel.
No, but he's making a good point, though. He says only the ones hating are the anti-Israel crowd. The hardline anti-Israel crowd, I mean, yeah, he got a point.
Bro, they go full force. It's you have three groups. You have where you sit. It's I don't want us involved in any conflicts ever for any reason. Then you have the Israel does everything bad in the world crowd. That's Nick Fuentes. And then you have the Trump can do no wrong crowd. And then you have people like me that are like, no, I actually do think this serves our interests, and here's why. And I can give a logical, coherent argument that people haven't really thought of because they're being given information by people that literally understand one dimension of this game.
And all right, now Sid, what's going on, bro?
Sid, the science kid.
Yeah, I was passed out and my ears started ringing and I knew Monty was talking shit.
All right, so Sid, so I know you heard a little bit of Monty's rant. What you thinking?
Well, I think it's mostly just conjecture, and
it is. It's all it can be at this point. And anybody
yeah, but
that's talking
you're like
about
so assured. You're sitting up here doing a victory lap, or on set. You're like, bro, when everything I say turns out to be true, what you gonna do then, huh, dude? And it's like, oh, we gotta get there first, man. And like,
yeah, you're right. I agree. We do have to get there first, but I see us going in that direction. So I'm not gonna let off the gas now. I'm not gonna take the victory lap yet. But I'm getting a little bit more smug about it because
you see that while we see a president that's apparently having negotiations with a country that says they're not having negotiations with him.
Yeah,
negotiations to stop a war that he says he's already won but hasn't finished. So
what did Delcy Rodriguez that was the president, right? of Venezuela say right after we nabbed Maduro? We want Venezuela back, but we're going to work with the United States. We hate this kidnapping, but we'll sell you all of our oil.
Yeah, but we have no reason to believe that that's what is happening here. Like,
No.
a lot of things have turned out differently than.
Things said to their people and said for the world stage from a country that loves to beat their chest are going
Yeah.
to be, you know, your source for Trump's not actually working with anybody cannot be Iranian state media.
I mean, hold on, but wait, who else would it be from? That's the group.
I know I've been put in a really hard spot where who do I trust? You know, like this Islamic, horrible, dictatorial, terrible regime, or the most prolific liar on the face of the earth, Donald Trump. So it is like a rock and a hard place.
The president of the country that you live in. I would trust
Yeah,
that guy.
we elected a complete fraud and a liar, dude, that scams people his whole life.
Oh, goddamn.
Well, he's real good at scamming. If he's worth $7 billion.
Yeah, you got most of that as president.
No, he didn't. He was worth what, $6 billion. Then his net worth went down to $4 billion on his first term, and then he gained $3 billion back in the 2020
now, guys,
years.
hold on. Before we get into this debate, which we will not get into because we're going to keep it going. Let's keep it going right here. I'm going to bring you guys in for thoughts about 5 minutes in.
In Iran, and why the U.S. and this administration trusts that person?
Again, as I said to Gabe's question earlier, we're not going to get into the details of these negotiations and conversations that continue to take place. As of course you can imagine, they are very sensitive diplomatic discussions. And I would reiterate, I do recall giving all of you the same answer when we were negotiating the ceasefire between Israel and Gaza. Gave you the same answer throughout the 12-day war between Iran and Israel. Gave you the same answer with respect to many of the other global conflicts that this administration has negotiated solutions to. President Trump is going to give his diplomats the freedom that they need to have these sensitive diplomatic discussions without negotiating and litigating them through the news media. Fran.
Just to follow up, though, because you said that some of the information that's been out there about the 15-point plan is inaccurate. Can you say what is accurate with respect to ballistic missiles, the nuclear ambitions, and the Strait of Hormuz, which are things that the president has laid out that he wants to see a couple times in the past?
Look, if you've heard it from the president of the United States, obviously it's true, as well as the objectives of Operation Epic Fury. We've said repeatedly, I've said them from this podium, the Pentagon has reiterated them. That's why we've taken military action to achieve them. So of course, those are goals that we want to see, but this full 15-point plan that's been floating around in many of your outlets, there's a lot of misinformation to that as well. And again, I would caution you from taking things from anonymous sources rather than verifying them directly with the White House. Christian.
Thanks, Caroline. 2 on Iran. First, would the president consider loosening asylum restrictions for Iranians trying to flee the country right now?
Again, that's a question for the president. I won't get ahead of him on that. I haven't talked to him about that.
Okay. And then secondly, you mentioned at the top that Iran would be hit harder than they have been to this point if they don't recognize the fact that they're losing this war. Could those strikes happen before this 5-day negotiating window closes if the president doesn't think they're negotiating in good faith?
Yes.
You're asking me to tell you if the commander-in-chief would authorize very strong strikes against the Iranian regime. That's not something I would ever reveal from this podium, true or not. Phil.
Thank you, Caroline. I was wondering if you would respond to some of this criticism of the administration from past allies like Joe Kent, who have said that the president's red line shifted from Iran cannot obtain a nuclear weapon to Iran cannot pursue nuclear enrichment. What is the administration's response to that criticism?
I think the president and I have both strongly responded to the criticism by Mr. Kent, who unfortunately resigned in disgrace and accused the president of basically being controlled by foreign countries.
Resigned in disgrace is crazy. I mean, the propaganda like around Joe Kent, bro, to discredit this man, to make him seem like he's just the worst person ever is crazy. Just because he spoke out against this war. I mean, like
you don't do that. You don't do that.
You do. That's exactly what you do when you don't stand for something.
Joe Kent must not have realized that, dude, we destroyed their navy, bro.
I'm done.
You don't do that. When you are appointed,
What?
Hold on. No.
Monty.
When you
You're
are
basically saying
appointed
if you don't agree with something, just go along with it because you're appointed?
or quit and be quiet about it.
What? Yo, Monty,
Absolutely.
I'm be real
When
with
you
you. Well, with people like you, we would never discover anything. There'd be no such thing as whistleblowers or anything.
No, whistleblowers are one thing, but when the president appoints you, you serve at the pleasure of the president. That's what the fucking literal fucking contract says.
Bro, so let's say the president was, God forbid, sneaking out little girls through the back. Now, because this guy over here sees the president doing, he's appointed by the president, he shouldn't say anything?
That's different. That is breaking the law. That is fucking going and being a horrible human being.
Yeah, Seth, we don't do that. Seth, we don't do that. We just bomb them at school.
God damn it. Damn you, Sid. But all right, well, let me water it
But being
down a little bit.
inflammatory.
Let's say
that's what we did.
President doing I don't know, doing a shady business deal. So like I said, you're basically saying that, well, he sees the president doing something wrong, or he believes is wrong, and he's just supposed to shut the fuck up.
He believes it's wrong through his contorted version of foreign policy, which he's not there to dictate. He's there to give information. No. He's there to give information. The president doesn't have to listen to it. He's an advisor.
But that would I'm be real with you. That'd be really dumb not to listen to your head of counterterrorism on Iran, though. That'd be really dumb.
Well, he was always bad on security, so.
I mean, that's the excuse they give us.
So is Joe Biden. Iran almost got a president for the first time in 70 years.
It's and here's the thing, think about this. Think about the double speak. Cash Patel brag about all the guys they caught, who were terrorists and all that, about to pop off a plan. Yeah, you couldn't have done that without Joe Kent because he's head of counterterrorism. He's the one who gathers that information and gives it to Patel. So it's just kind of bro, the double speak is crazy because you can't do one thing without the other.
You can do good things. You can do good things and then be a total fucking asshole and resign because you don't like the politics of something.
But here's the thing: if you don't believe in something, then you should stand up.
Then resign.
If you don't, then
you
you're
resign.
a coward.
You don't go. You're right. You resign and you say, I'm done. Okay, Mr. President, I'm done. You don't post your resignation letter on Twitter. You don't go on Tucker Carlson and get fucking paid millions of dollars to speak your opinion.
How do you know he got paid millions of dollars?
Buddy, he's making the rounds. You have heard of an appearance
He could be doing
right?
all this for free for all you know. He's just trying to remember. He's saying, I'm just trying to get my word out to Trump. That's all he's trying to do because he couldn't do it while in that position. And he said, "That's
how could he not do it? He's literally in the same room as the president."
Briefings, like he said, he's like, bro, I was left out of the briefings when it came to this war. And like he said in his resignation letter, there was an echo chamber forming around Trump who only wanted to feed him pro-war ideas. And anybody who didn't feed him that was kicked out of those briefings. Like this is what he was stating.
So maybe the president didn't want to hear Joe Kent say one day, yeah, Iran's a big threat. Iran's not a threat the next day.
I mean, remember, he didn't actually think about it. Hold on now. Let's actually take his words at face value. He've always held the position that Iran is in that region, they're a threat. But remember, his argument is, are they an imminent threat to us? And the answer was no.
According to him, according to one guy, you do realize
a lot of people do not consider Iran an imminent threat. And if you want to consider anybody an imminent threat that we attack, then shit, everybody's an imminent threat.
It's different. It is totally fucking different. We're not attacking anybody and everybody. We're attacking Iran.
But you can't call them an imminent threat if they respond once we attack them. I mean, that's anybody.
Or maybe they responded so quickly because they were already ready to attack because they were an imminent threat. Maybe we don't have that information. Maybe Joe Kent doesn't have that information because he's a leaker and was kicked out of the office.
God damn it,
There were reports that Denmark was going to go to full-scale war with the United States if we invaded Greenland. They were going to go there to war with the United States with the help of countries like Germany and France. And they had plans to start bombing airports or destroying airports in Greenland in the event of an invasion. Is that a sign that Denmark is an imminent threat to us? Should we invade?
No, but that's not what happened in Iran.
Well, they were attacked and then they retaliated, which is exactly what I described would be happening in Denmark. It would happen pretty fucking fast. So wouldn't fact that it happened fast be a sign that they were already about to attack us?
No, Sid. That is literally your like they attacked within 3 hours of the first strikes in Iran. They were ready. They were ready for conflict, and there were reports that said that they were getting ready for conflict because they were going to initiate conflict.
I'm gonna be real with you. I think the Joe Kent hate is honestly just is all propaganda.
It's not Joe.
Honestly,
It's
you know
not
it
Joe
is.
Kent
It
hate.
is because here's the problem. Anybody who has a dissenting voice close to the administration automatically gets kicked out, and that says a lot. It says a lot. Just think about it. What Tulsi Gabbard did. Tulsi Gabbard said Iran's not a threat. Then when that Midnight Hammer goes through, people ask Trump, "Yo, well, Tulsi Gabbard just said that it's not a threat." Oh, she don't know what she's talking about. And she was left out of the briefings as well for a while. So it does seem that
she's the director of national intelligence, by the way.
Exactly. And then we got the head of counterterrorism. They're the two people who you should have in those briefings, and you're leaving them out. To have who? Lindsey Graham, Mark Levin in there or something? Like, what's going on? But shout out to my man Daniel Castro. He says, innocents die in war, lessons of the day. Listen, and I'm like, yes, we all know innocents die in war, but I mean, hey, man, if it don't got to be war, then innocents are dying for no reason. But all right, shout out to my man Castro. Bengino cooked him and his friend equal more. Like, but how is it you hate for calling out the fact that Israel's been, well, wanting to drag us into war with Iran for years? I mean, CIA whistleblowers and came out and pretty much said, yo, almost every president has been faced with that question, bomb Iran. Will you bomb Iran? Will you bomb Iran? So it ain't really Jew hate. It's just him calling it out. But I get you. I get you. I'm not even pro Netanyahu, but man, chill on it. I mean, bro, I gotta call it out. Like, it's obvious that we kind of got dragged into this by Israel. And then think about it. While we're dragged into this, all the way committed, Israel's over here going into southern Lebanon during the fog of war. It's like, bro, this ain't for that. This ain't for us. This is for them. And we still haven't benefited from this war yet.
And I saw that the IEA is predicting an energy crisis worse than the Suez Canal crisis, and saying that even if this was to stop today, we'd have an energy crisis on our hands.
What does the fucking IEA know?
I mean, I guess
what
nothing.
Do they know?
Nothing compared to you.
Nothing. They know nothing. They are wrong every time they fucking open their mouths. Just like the World Health Organization said that the coronavirus came from a bat. Just like the World Economic Forum. Just like all of these other globalist entities that have been.
You are not framing that honestly at all.
I'm not. I am absolutely framing it honestly. That's what the American
when did
people
the When did the WHO have a completed report that it definitely came from a bat? I mean, there are theories around, but it was never a bat. It was like a night market. It could have been anything.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't a wet market in Wuhan. It was a fucking lab leak.
No, I'm talking about what they said as a theory, which is not a bad theory either.
But it was wrong. So what do they know?
Well, that's also not the IEA.
All right, now, guys, I want to nip this in the butt real quick. Because shout out to my man Daniel Castro. It's a wedge topic. The tractor used to gain left favor. Look, man, I would love to say that. Not really. No, I can't even say that because it's a broken promise. So I know y'all want to sit there and say, "Oh, this game's a left favor," but it's kind of like gaslighting us, saying, "No, don't talk about this because the other side can gain off it." It's like, no, it needs to be talked about. Don't just sit there and try to say, "Oh, well, don't talk about it because it can gain for the left." No, this needs to be talked about. It's a pretty serious conversation, even if it does even if the left does criticize it. And they're already making Trump look bad about it. So I'm gonna be real with you. Him getting into the war, that already made him look bad already. So let's be real. Like, let's say, it gives a left favor. This is like him doing it gives a left favor. Us talking about it doesn't even add to it at this point. His commitment to this is what's giving the left favor. And you know what? It leads to this perfect video right here.
So remember.
Why? Because and he always said he was going to fuck up Iran. But yes, I'm be real with you, Joe Kent was right. There was a movement of goalposts though. He went from they cannot have a bomb. Hold on, Monty, and I'll let you go ahead. He went from they cannot have a bomb to they cannot have nuclear enrichment at all. And those are two separate things. But,
one leads to the other.
No,
But
I mean, let's be
one leads to no.
but
You
I'm be
can't
honest
have a
with you,
nuclear
those are
bomb
two
without
separate
nuclear
things.
enrichment.
Those are
You
two
cannot
separate
have a
things,
nuclear
though.
bomb without a nuclear enrichment program.
Yeah, but a nuclear enrichment program can be used for more than just nuclear weapons. We know this.
And they've already lost favor with the world with that. So
yeah, but I mean, sure, but I'm be honest with you, big dog. If like it was all about like you could have canceled nuclear enrichment and that'd took care of their bomb. And then let's be real, they've already took care of their bomb on their own by their own religious laws.
But yeah,
so if
there's
the goal
nothing
was to
that
make
says that
sure
they're not allowed to
couldn't
lie to
make a
us.
bomb, I mean, Iran helped us with that on their own. Now, if the goal is to take out their nuclear enrichment, okay, well, there's a goal.
You're wildly mischaracterizing that, but that's fine. That this is not like why is this being framed 8 different ways other than the way it is? Like you have to misframe it in order to criticize it. And that's what he means by it's a wedge topic. It's drawing people further and further and further to a conversation that they wouldn't necessarily have. Also,
bro, I mean, if Trump goes to war with Iran, we're gonna have that conversation.
We're not at war with Iran, first of all.
Bro, we are. I'm being honest, we are at war with Iran. I mean, you can sit there and call it a conflict, sure, but most people are calling this a war, especially Trump.
So what did Trump specifically say? Did Trump say I'm never going to use the military for anything? Or did he say we're not going to? Did he say we're not going to have?
Right, I got you because like here we go. Look, guys, let's pay attention to this video real quick and let's take a little break.
Hey, President Trump, how are those mass deportations going?
They said you got to lighten up on this. We have a lot of heart for people. They came in illegally, but they're good people and they're working now on farms.
I have proposed, and President Trump has concurred, that this surge operation conclude.
Oh. Well, surely no new wars in the Middle East like you've campaigned on for years, right?
Our president will start a war with Iran because he has absolutely no ability to negotiate. We should have never gone into the Middle East. We should have never gone into the Middle East. Under my leadership, we will turn the page forever on those foolish, stupid days. They said, he will start a war. I'm not going to start a war. I'm going to stop wars. You're not going to have a war with me, and you're not going to have a third world war with me. The United States military began major combat operations in Iran.
Donald Trump issued an ultimatum to Iran: open the Strait of Hormuz within 48 hours or America will attack their power plants.
Why is the Pentagon going to ask Congress for an additional $200 billion?
So we're in very good shape, but we want to be in the best shape.
Oh. So why are we going to war with Iran again?
You know, if we didn't do that B-2 attack, Israel would have been wiped out. They would have had a nuclear weapon within 2 weeks after that.
Because Israel was determined to act with or without the U.S., our Commander-in-Chief and the administration and the officials I just named had a very difficult decision to make.
Miriam gave my campaign, indirectly and directly, $250 million. She was number one. Miriam and Sheldon would come into the office. I think they had more trips to the White House than anybody else I can think of. But they were very responsible for so much, including getting me thinking about Golan Heights.
Oh. Well, I'm sure there will be zero repercussions for this war, and it's probably only going to go on for like a week, right?
As we head into week 4 of this war. As gas prices climb across the country, President Trump pressured allies to help secure safe passage through the Strait of Hormuz.
A major shipping route for oil has effectively been shut down amid this war, sending shockwaves through the markets, with gas jumping nationwide from an average of $2.92 in Kansas to more than $5 a gallon in California.
Look, gas prices are up. And we know they're up, and we know that people are hurting because of it.
Well, at least we as the MAGA movement still collectively agree that child transitioning is wrong, right? Okay. How about those Epstein files?
So this is a Democrat hoax because they're trying to get people to talk about something that's totally irrelevant to the success that we've had as a nation since I've been president. What this whole thing is with Epstein is a way of trying to deflect from the tremendous success that the Republican Party had. But don't talk about it too much because honestly, I don't want to take it away from us. It's really a Democrat problem. The Democrats were Epstein's friends.
So who gave the order to flag records related to President Trump? To flag any records which included his name?
I'm not going to discuss anything about that with you, Senator.
Eventually, you're going to have to answer for your conduct in this.
Oh. Well, it kind of seems to me like the Republican president has slowly transitioned into a Democrat president. Hey, MAGA, why are we voting for these people again? One thing is certain. We didn't leave MAGA. MAGA left us. But the question is, are we going to allow that? Or are we going to take the reins from the man who started it all, but has sadly become the opposition to everything that we stand for? Or are we going to continue to lick the boot and bend the knee to people who don't give a shit about us? They use us for our vote. They lie directly to our faces. They protect child predators. They want to grant mass amnesty to millions of illegal immigrants. And now they're totally fine with children being mutilated and indoctrinated by their crazy-ass liberal parents. Fuck Trump, fuck Vance, fuck Rubio, fuck the Republican Party as a whole, fuck the Democrats.
And okay, I don't feel as strongly as that. I think maybe the first minute and a half kind of made my point.
All I want to say
But, all
is
right.
I'm gonna go through your YouTube thing and I'm gonna get a clip no more than 5 seconds long. I'm gonna get about 30 of them. I'm gonna put them together and I'm gonna misrepresent every single thing you've said over the last 2 years of you being on here. And then I'm gonna ask you, is this correct?
Seth, I wouldn't worry about that. He threatened to do something similar to me, and it never ended up happening. So.
Man, trust me. I mean, you could try, Monty. You could try, but
No,
I mean,
I
clear
found
that.
all of the things and you literally just blatantly ignored them and lied about them.
Nah, I did not.
What?
Nah.
He's talking about me, I think.
Oh, okay.
No, not you, Seth.
All right, well, shoot. But hold on,
Seth.
guys. Hold on. But the problem is, though.
Are you muted again?
Am I muted? Wait.
No, I hear you.
Oh, no.
What the
Okay, hold
fuck?
on. Hold on now.
You can't turn me off. Damn it. Hold on. I got to come back out.
All right, my bad. All right. What I was bro, but here's the thing. Daniel Castro, bro, that was the guy I was showing in the beginning of the election. Shattered illusions, pretty much killing all of the Dems like fake ass narratives. That was our guy during the election. So here's the thing. All the people that were supporting us during the elections are now anti-Trump. Like you kind of see where people are looking at us like a cult now because of this disagreement. Now they're no longer MAGA. Now they're not American. I know you don't think that about me, but Shattered Illusions, and that's this guy's TikTok name. Go ahead and look him up. He does great work. But that guy was on our side. I played this man's videos multiple times as he flawlessly debunked all the narratives against Trump. And bro, I've shown this video many times during the election. Probably would turn a lot of people over. So all of a sudden, him too. Like I said, man, we just can't.
Yeah, Trump's support is totally cratering among men under 45, and that was a block that he needed. But
it seems like it's more of the boomers and the older generation. And I mean, like, look. I'm not here trying to bash you guys over supporting the war, but I'm just saying it's like you're kind of looking at us like while we're having a bad time, telling us it's a good time. And this is where you're it looks like a cult mentality at a certain point. I mean, the fact that you guys sat there and said, what you mean 100% of MAGA is going along with, not you, Castro or Monty, but a lot of guys in MAGA was like, what you mean? There's nobody's against this. And if they are, they're not really MAGA. And I'm just like, all right, y'all have now officially made MAGA a cult if that's y'all line of thinking. I know, Sid, I know what you're about to say. It's been a cult, Set. What are you talking about? But hey, man, give me some grace.
yeah, well, I get what you're saying. I do think it does have a lot of cult-like tendencies anyway. But what I do think also is like 100% of people that call themselves MAGA still at this point and are not saying, oh, I'm no longer MAGA, are going to support Trump. That's the definition of MAGA. I mean, that's his movement. So if people are doing polls where they're only asking people that still self-identify as MAGA, then he is going to have a ton of support. But
I think they're
listening to Trump talk about this poll, he literally talks about it like CNN reported that he has 100% support in the entire country. Like, this dude's delusional, man.
All I'm gonna say again is I'm just gonna go get 10 or 15 clips of Set saying some outrageous shit, misrepresent it, ask questions to a screen that can't answer, and then let your clips answer it. Would you say that was disingenuous?
No, because let's be real.
You wouldn't say that was disingenuous.
No.
All right, follow me at Mr. Paramedic on YouTube. It'll be up next week.
Excuse me, my bad. I misspoke. But what I meant to say was, bro, his clip We've all seen the full version of those. We've all seen Trump bash anybody who was talking about war in the Middle East. We've seen him go off about this multiple times, and that's what drew a lot of people
When we
to him.
speak about war,
But here's the problem,
we're
Monty.
talking about 20-year Iraq, Afghanistan, nation building fucking pet projects of little boys and their dads that have fucked us over. This is not what we were talking about. We didn't say we're
You
never
said
going to fucking
engagements in the Middle East as well, Monty. That kind of covers getting into it with Iran.
Gotcha. So next week you would have the same criticism for Obama if Iran literally was about to nuke us and he said, you know what, we're gonna go strike Iran and we're gonna take out their bombers so they can't deliver a bomb.
I mean, first off, if there is proof that Iran has a bomb, then I mean, yeah, of course I would support, especially if they're saying that, yeah, we're going to shoot you with it, then yes. But we have no intelligence of a bomb whatsoever, and they're
So
not.
you want them to have a bomb first.
Monty,
you want them to have a bomb first.
If they're Monty, look, if you well, no, I'm going to tell you like this. You understand how a nuclear bomb is made, so you know that we'd be able to track it a week by week 2 when they're months out. So trust me, if they were making a bomb, we'd have known while they're still in the process of it and like weeks away from actually having it. So yeah, I'll be honest with you. That's why a lot of people are confident in saying that Iran is not going towards a nuke, because we'd be able to see traces of it already by now.
We have seen the traces. That's why the conversation is brought up.
That is whoa, no, bro. We have not. We have not seen no traces that Iran is building a nuke at all.
They only have 60% enriched uranium, which can be spun to 90%.
Bro, that's not building a bro. You need first off, you need 90%.
Can I finish?
The weapon.
Can I finish? I'm about to lay out how they are close to a bomb. Like, don't just cut me off because you don't like the path I'm going down.
No, Monty, look, I'll let you finish, but you would also have to sit there and describe, well, why haven't we been seeing the remnants of them making a nuclear bomb? Like, because you can, like, it's traceable. By week 1 or 2, we'll be able to see it, and they'll still be months out from getting it.
Again, when they have all of the pieces sitting in their underground bunkers and underground basements, we can see that. We saw trucks leaving Fordo before we bombed it the first time. Where did those trucks go, do you think, Set?
To move their enriched uranium that they knew that was from the base that they knew was going to get strike. That doesn't mean that they're making a bomb. This means they're moving their uranium that they want to use as a negotiation.
So everything, you're going to downplay every single move Iran makes to the most innocent.
No, that's just what they're doing.
That's what you're doing.
No, because Monty, if your duplicitous view of if Iran was right, we'd be dead by now. Honestly, if your duplicitous view of Iran was right, then Iran would be striking all of our NATO bases across Europe, since they have the capability to reach them.
They have the capability, they don't have the accuracy. As we've seen with we saw with Diego Garcia. But can I finish my point now without you interrupting?
Okay, go ahead, my man.
So they have all of the materials, they have the scientists to do so, they have the support from the regime, and they're putting everything together, or they could put everything together. Again, constructive possession. It would take about 2 weeks. Everybody's like, oh, they're 2 weeks away. They've been 2 weeks away for 25 years. Yeah. 2 weeks is the time frame in which it would take to create the bomb. They know how to create the bomb. The knowledge is there. The material is there. That's
not how it works. That's the problem.
That is absolutely how it works.
So no, I've actually heard nuclear scientists explain this. Yeah, first they got to get to the enrichment, and that's the easy part. The easy part is getting to that 90% enrichment.
Yes.
But the conversion from the powder, from the liquid to the powder to the metal, that's going to take more than just 2 weeks. That's been confirmed by all nuclear scientists. So, like I said, we'd catch them in the act of doing so.
The liquid to the powder to the metal does not take months and months and months. Excuse me.
It's going to take longer than 2 weeks.
All you have to do is melt it. Like, literally. You spin it from fucking uranium rocks. You enrich it to fucking 3%. That's where it's supposed to stop for peaceful purposes. Then you it's essentially distilling it. That's a different way to say it. But you keep concentrating it. You're at 90%. That can and has created the gas which turns into the liquid, which you turn into a powder. That whole, which you then melt into a metal. It's a little bit. It's not like you're just forging fucking.
But here's the thing. Yes, that
iron.
process alone takes a while, don't it? It takes longer than 2 weeks.
Yes, it does take longer than 2
All
weeks.
right,
But
and by week 1, we'd be able to see traces of that, and we
wouldn't
immediately on. No, we would. That's what nuclear science has been saying, and that's why they always stand on the fact that Iran is not going towards a nuclear weapon, because we would see that trace of it.
And what happens if they're wrong and they're just doing it underground?
I mean, we'd still be able to see it underground. We have the technology for that.
We do not. If we had the technology,
that's what we found Fordo.
No, we saw them literally digging Fordo out 15 years ago. That's how we knew about Fordo.
Nah, we went on the ground. They said, yeah, bro, not only do we see this facility that you guys said wasn't for that, but we also see that there's nuclear activity going on. So no, we can see that. That's why I'm be honest with you. We'll know when they're going towards a bomb because we'll trace it, and then Fox News will be counting down to the bomb. So I'm gonna be real with you, bro. This is how we know they're not going towards a bomb, because we'd have caught them in the act already.
What, like that literally makes no sense, Set. So
you're pretty much trying to say it takes 2 weeks away to make a bomb from 90% enrichment, when that's wrong. It takes way longer than that.
It takes longer because then you have to set up all the infrastructure. What happens when you're setting up all the infrastructure?
So I was right.
Hold on. Can you stop jumping down my throat? If you listen more, you would hear my point. If all of the infrastructure is built simultaneously instead of kinetic, or what's the fucking word? Contiguously, simultaneously. I'm building this thing while I'm doing this thing. All of those things have been set up. We have people that have verified that the forges and all of those things are set up and ready to go. They're lying dormant. Why are they lying dormant, you might ask? Because they wanted to use their nuclear enrichment program as a deterrent. I think you're right about that aspect. But fucking have it known that they can get a bomb within X amount of time, because they don't have that intensive capital and that process in which that all these experts are thinking that it would take. It literally would not take that, because they have the infrastructure set up already. That's what they use the billions and billions of dollars in lifted fucking sanctions. They didn't do it to build fucking water plants for their people. They didn't use it to fucking boost their market and make their dollar worth more than 100 million, whatever the fuck goat fucker currency they have. Jesus. They did it to build this shit, and they got it from nuclear powers like Russia and China and North Korea. They shared fucking notes, and now they're all they all have them, and they all got them the same way. That's why North Korea got their bomb within 2 weeks. Like one day they're at 60%, and 2 weeks later it's like, yeah, we have 5 bombs. Like this idea that if you just put the timeline down on paper, it takes this long to build this thing, and that's the next step in the process. So if they get to this step, obviously it's going to take 6 months to get to this step. No, time does not work in a bubble. You don't just do one thing at a time. You can do multiple things at one time.
Yeah, here's the thing though. That's one of the main reasons why we were beefing with North Korea so bad, is because we knew they were going towards a nuclear bomb. We seen it. Like, bro, international intelligence agencies were going like, yeah, they're going towards a bomb. That's why we were getting in such heated conversation with them. We were trying to get them to back down. And I'm be real with you. You know what? I'll let you have that argument on, when it came to North Korea, we probably should have attacked them sooner, because yes, we knew that they were making a bomb. We heard some explosives going down, and then we also seen traces of them like engaging with nuclear material. So yes, even when
we've seen all of the same things.
It. And look, here's the thing: we were racing with North Korea to not get a bomb, to stop them from getting a bomb. And you're right, it didn't work out. But let's be honest, we were able to trace that before they got to it. That's how we all know Iran's not going towards one, because yes, even in Korea, they were tracing them for months. We knew they were going towards a bomb. We just couldn't stop them.
We absolutely could stop them. We could have stopped them. If we had a fucking president with a backbone, we could have.
Testing sites. I mean, we were picking and choosing at that point. Like, we didn't really know.
If we had a
Like
president
we
with a
knew they were
backbone.
going towards it, but in that surrounding area, they had 6 underground testing sites. So I mean, hey, but here's the thing though. We knew they were going towards the bomb. We just didn't know what site to bomb, or if it would even be a good idea to attack them because of their missile capability. So man, they already think about it. They're already advanced military before the nuclear bomb. They already had missiles capable of reaching us before Iran did, actually. So yeah, we were kind of like
so the writing is on the book has already been written, and
not
you just want to
really,
ignore
not
it.
with them, because well, actually, you're proving my point, Monty. Even you just admitted that it's going to take longer than 2 weeks just to get to a bomb.
No, it would not take it. Oh my God, I literally said exactly the opposite. I said exactly the opposite. It would not.
Guys,
you know, you actually did.
I'm gonna interrupt this to be annoying, but I'm leaving, and I want to say goodbye.
All right, bro.
I love
Hopefully you guys
you,
get to the bottom of this. Love you, Monty. I hope you change your mind about the war, dude.
It's not a war. I have changed my mind. It's not a war. It's a military engagement.
Wow. Okay, Putin. Okay.
You're a little Putin. All right.
It's a 4-day special military operation.
You saw Trump say, "Oh, I call it a war, so I don't call it a war now because with war you have to get authorization." So I said that today, right?
Yeah, he did say that because he's right. He is fucking for all intents and purposes right.
It's so backhanded, but okay. See you guys. Have a good night.
That's our government. That's our government, and it has been our government for 70 years, and no one had a problem with it until Trump did it. Love you, bro. Set. You're muted, Set.
Yeah. Yo, well, I'm back. All right, though. Let's get right back into it.
I can't hear you. What the fuck?
Well, hold on,
Set?
Yeah, I can hear you, Monty.
Set.
Hold on here. Hold on. I wonder if I could. All right. All right. Can you hear me?
Stop.
All right. Yep. That's a malfunction on Monty's part. All right, guys. Let's go ahead and get right into it.
It's really all going to be judged at the end, looking backwards. And,
are we not already at the end? The president keeps saying we're at the end.
No, we're not at the end.
So you disagree
my
with Trump?
understanding of what he's saying is that they've devastated the military, and that's accurate. It's hard to imagine it isn't, but that doesn't mean it's over. I mean, this is a regime that suffering is a tactic, even for its own people. I will say what's different this time is that their leadership's been successfully targeted. And so they're not just contemplating other people's suffering. They're contemplating their own suffering for the first time. And we can't see from over here what that does to the calculation on that side. Nonetheless, they're human beings like everybody else. And that's going to factor into how this plays out here in the next few weeks.
I'm glad that we got Ken's very charitable interpretation of what Donald Trump is claiming on a daily basis, that we've won. But the reality is what the president is saying is incongruent with what's happening on the ground. And that's the scary part here. There are 2 separate conversations that are happening when we're doing these debates. There's a conversation that you guys are having, which is just whatever the administration says on any given day. One day we've won. The next day there's negotiations. The next day we've won again. But there's the actual on the ground reality that we are mobilizing thousands of troops to the Middle East. We are asking for $200 billion for this war. And I don't know, what are we getting for this? 86-year-old Khamenei was replaced with his 30-year younger son, who's more radical, more extreme, is purging moderates. Can anyone tell me what we've gotten for this?
Well, I think that one question I would posit here is to you, Scott, and this is what James Mattis had to say, okay? Mad Dog Mattis, right? Very well respected Marine Corps general, former Trump defense secretary. He says this: Iran right now, if we declared victory, they'd say they own the strait. You'd see attacks for every ship that goes through. We're in a tough spot, ladies and gentlemen. I can't identify a lot of options. I know we've talked here, and I think one of the responses to what you just laid out is that the Iranians have funded bad actors across the region for many decades. Many presidents in both parties have talked about how bad this regime is. But Scott, the challenge is, okay, we've done this. We seem to have...
So if we're going to acknowledge, honestly, that they've funded all these things for decades, isn't it truth to say that when Iran can no longer fund their proxies, that the proxies are probably going to start dissolving into nothingness?
No,
No,
because
no. Where are they going to get their money from? It takes money to buy
well,
RPG
actually,
sets.
well, the one they popped up before Iran started funding them. Iran did not create Hamas. Iran did not create Hezbollah.
No, you're
Hezbollah was
right.
created out of the mistreatment of the Lebanese people, and Hamas
And
was
they
created
were a nothing burger until Iran funded
Actually,
them.
nope. Actually, they were actually pretty. Hezbollah was actually pretty. I mean, Hezbollah was something. You're right. Hamas was actually nothing without the funding of Iran. But Hezbollah actually they was been able to hold their own without the funding of Iran. They actually held their own against Israel in the 80s.
How would we know if Iran wasn't funding them?
Because it's a relationship that they got together on recently. Like, because what was it? I don't even think they liked Iran back then. But you know what? No, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But here's the thing, though.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
You can't
Hold
say
on.
that. Oh, they created these proxies. They didn't. These proxies
I didn't
were
say they created them. Why are you I said they funded them.
My bad. All right, fine. How about this then? You can't say that. Oh, if Iran stop funding them, they'll disappear. No, they won't. Actually, they won't disappear.
Hey, Seth, if you lose your job, you're probably gonna
the
become
reason why
homeless.
they created still exists. That's why they won't disappear.
If you lose your job and you're no longer able to find work, you
Monty,
probably will eventually become homeless.
You're oversimplifying it. We're talking about people. You really are, because like, bro, we're talking about people that are fighting for
I'm not
their existence,
oversimplifying it.
fighting for
No.
their existence, and this is why, like, Hamas exists.
I'm
why
sorry,
Hezbollah
terrorists shouldn't exist. They can keep
I
fighting
get
for their
that,
existence.
but like, trust me, like, Iran stop funding them is not going to stop them.
Then
It's
why
not.
is Iran funding them if they can do so well
Because
without
Iran
Iran's money?
believes in their cause, unlike we do.
Huh.
They believe in their
So
cause.
What does the money do then, Set? If
It
they
furthers the cause of that.
okay.
terrorist
So
group.
what happens when the money stops?
Well, these terrorist groups still keep going, but with just a little less money, because the Iran.
You
is
mean a
not their
lot
only
less
backer.
money? You mean a lot less money?
Probably a little less. We don't know.
You'd absolutely do know. Every dollar that was given to them back in their sanctions either went to Iran's military or fucking Hezbollah. So we can honestly do some back of the
I mean, what
napkin
about
math
the
if you'd like.
Houthis in Yemen? I mean, like I said, we can't sit there and think that, oh, well, if we take out Iran, these proxies are going to stop. That's ridiculous.
Hey,
no,
Seth,
they're still
Seth.
going to happen. They're still going to go down. If anything, they might get more extreme.
Okay. Would YouTube channels be as big as they are without sponsors?
Nope.
Okay. Would it be as big as it is without monetization or super chats?
Not all part of the engagement.
Okay. So you could still put out videos, right?
Monty.
No.
This is not a right comparison, bro. We're talking, bro.
Money is
my mission to make this a successful platform is way different for their missions for fighting for their land. It's way different. If this ends for me, I have other methods. If that ends for them, that is the end of their lives. That's the end of their civilization. That is the end of where the fuck they live. So making a comparison between the two is asinine.
So it's the end of terrorism as we know it because Iran is taken down. That's a good thing.
Well, actually, no, not really. Actually, I think things would actually get more extreme if Iran does get taken down in places like, well, Yemen, in places like, well, in Lebanon. Hamas, I'm gonna be real with you, probably there too. But
Seth,
yeah, taking out Iran is not gonna stop those guys.
You know what's gonna what's gonna change? They're gonna have stronger feelings and less bullets.
I mean, sure, but stronger feelings gonna lead to more desperate measures, and I'm gonna be real, that's not gonna be a good thing. So look, I'm all about taking their funding away, and I get that. But if we ever want to stop terrorism, then we got to stop what's causing the terror here, or what's causing them to be terrorists. And do you
letting
know
them
what that
exist?
is?
Letting them exist?
No, it's not actually. What's causing them to be terrorists is the relentless taking, or the relentless taking of their land. What led to Hamas was the fact that the Palestinians was living in an open air concentration camp, and even as they protested, they were never heard out. They were killed for doing such things, and this was created the radical mind of Hamas. Because they're just like, F it, we tried everything, well, fuck them, we're going to kill them. That's a radical mind. That's how they were created. Hezbollah was created through Israel's constant incursions into Lebanon and the seizing of southern Lebanon, what was it, back in the 70s, and them taking it back in the 80s. And that's what led to Hezbollah. So I'm sorry. No, I wish taking out Iran would solve all that, but it's not, because though their issues are still relevant today. Actually, Hezbollah, I mean, their existence pretty much just got recertified again because of what Israel's doing.
So, in other words, they're going to have more strong opinions and less money for bullets to enact those opinions. So they can be fuming and mad in their fucking little caves.
I mean, that's a very, I mean, honestly, I hope that happens, but we don't know that for sure. Honestly,
Yes, you do. You take the money away, you take the power away.
Hey, I mean,
you need to
that's
buy
not all their money, though. Like,
they're
their
not
funding from Iran is not all of their money. That's
it's
what
the
I'm
biggest
that's
chunk
also
of their
what I'm
money.
trying to tell you.
It's the biggest chunk of their money, and they literally cannot support themselves without it.
Nah, they've been popping off operations before the funding of Iran. That's the thing. Now,
Popping off operations, not full scale fucking military.
but here's the thing, though. You're not ending terrorism, though. So, like I said, taking out Iran's funding is not going to end the terrorism.
I said
taking out the
terrorism as we
reason
know
why
it.
they become terrorists will help.
But
I mean, if you don't want to do that, then you got to be okay with terrorism.
I'm completely fine. I'm not fine with terrorism, but I understand terrorism is a part of the world.
Look, if you want a more defunded terrorism, sure, I know that's your point.
Then why are you dancing around it?
Because it's not gonna. Look, my understanding of it was that, you think that the funding of Iran not defunding them is gonna stop them? Oh no, it won't. But
Did I say it's gonna stop
them in the foot?
People, you're not going to change people's opinions, but you can change their capability without money.
And that's if that even happens like that. But
what, bro?
If it even happens,
you
like
know
that.
that's what's going to happen if they literally are not in positions, because pre-1979 there were not as organized as they are now. They weren't not as well funded as they are now. And what happened? Terrorism, as you called it, popped off. Not fucking decades-long engagements going back and forth.
Because the reason why these terrorists became a group, which wasn't because of Iran, the reason why they became a group was still going on. Like I said, their cause. Like, bro, if you want to talk about terrorism and their groups, at least understand their cause first of why they're doing it.
Don't do that. Don't be condescending.
I'm just saying, then you would understand that, bro, there's no, you could take the money away from them, they're still going.
What are they going to go with, is my point, Set. What are they going to use to buy things? Goats?
Monty, you don't think there's other means that they can do things through, bro? You don't think there's other means? Really?
If there were other means, we would have seen them as well funded, as well outfitted as you did after Iran started funding them. You didn't see that.
They were able to fight off an army. Hezbollah was able to fight off an army before Iran. So I'm sorry, but yeah, let me be real with you. When it comes to Hezbollah, I don't think that's really going to stop them too much. The Houthis, maybe. Hamas for sure. Because they're already low funded already. But Hezbollah and the Houthis have already had a decent amount of funding or a way to make money before Iran got involved.
Yeah, so, and you go after their funding sources. We do the same.
I agree, but that's, be real with you, it's not going to take care of the terrorism. I mean, unless there's two options. Like I said, is either handle their cause, which we don't want to do, or kill them all, which is hard to do because they just keep on popping back up.
You are literally, there are shades of gray to this that maybe you're just colorblind, but it's not as simple as just kill everybody or make them solve their cause. It is put them into irrelevancy. You can neutralize a threat without killing somebody. You can clip the wings of a bird without killing the bird. They can be hot and fuming. They can be hot and fuming and mad and have no money to do shit about it with.
I mean, bro, they will have money to do shit about it with. That's what even if Iran is gone, because they've been able to do so. Shouldn't be real with you. Even before Iran was supporting Hamas or the Palestinians, it was still doing crazy shit against Israel. Not as high tech as shooting missiles over there. But
exactly.
I'm real with you.
Exactly. No. Stop right there.
People were still dying. People were still dying of these low level attacks. Still. So
and Israel would have been able to combat it a lot quicker, and it wouldn't have lasted 50 fucking years as it has had Iran not been, it's the same argument you make for Ukraine. No,
But here's the thing,
stop,
though.
stop,
But
stop.
they're gonna keep going, though. That's the problem. Even if you take away the money, they'll keep going.
So then your argument about Ukraine should falls flat on its face. Then we should stop giving them money because they're just using it to get more people killed.
Nah, because they're in a war with honestly, with a power that could low-key take them for everything they got. We're talking about, are we willing to go in there and take Hezbollah for everything they got? Because we can, but we won't. So that's a bit of a difference right there. They're facing a world power. They're facing a world power.
And Israel can easily go in there and clean them up.
Not Hezbollah.
Absolutely, they can.
I mean, they're trying to right now, and they're having trouble
because Iran is funding them.
Bro, they've been had trouble. They lost to Hezbollah, bro, before Iran was funding them.
And they didn't have the technology that we've given them now. Then did they?
Bro, and guess what? They didn't have the technology that they have today, and they were still able to beat Israel. So, like I said, the funding of Iran is not really going to help. Honestly, the defunding of these guys isn't going to help. It's not. So, they're going to keep going.
Okay. So by that definition, we should stop sending, or we should keep sending money to Ukraine, because it's not going to make any difference if we take the money away or not.
Monty, come on now. That's two completely different.
No, it's the same. It's the same logic. It's the same exact logic.
No.
How is it? Point out the difference then.
Monty.
Point out the difference.
So you're telling you're telling me that, all right, so sorry.
No, point out the difference. You know what I said.
Explain it again, because I'm just trying to make sure I got it down.
Your point back in February, not February, last November, was we need to stop sending money to Ukraine because all we're doing is prolonging the killing and the dying, and all it's doing is making it so that Ukraine is more emboldened to fight against Russia, and they're just going to keep dying.
All right, I got you. Here's the difference. We don't believe in the Ukrainian cause as deeply as Iran believe in their cause. And Iran, and I guess what, bro? It sucks, but that's just what it is. I mean, we don't believe in crashing out for Ukraine like Iran believes in crashing their economy out for the Houthis, Hezbollah, and Hamas. And it's because we really don't care about, I'm be real with you, the sovereignty of Ukraine like we think we do. But Iran cares about the sovereignty of Lebanon and I guess the Palestinians as much as we care about the sovereignty of Ukraine.
And Iran is us in this situation with the sovereignty of all these different places. They don't get, so your point falls even flatter on its face, because you said Iran is more committed to the cause than we are, but we should stop giving it and the war would be over. So a country that's giving more support than we are to another country, would that not mean that they would fall even harder on their face when the funding gets cut off?
No, Monty. In their case, in the Hezbollah's case, right? Because like I said, Hezbollah has different ways of making money that a lot of we don't even know about. That I'm be honest with you, we can't put all the way together. We know who's funding Ukraine, and even if we stop funding Ukraine like we have, they got who? The European countries. And so it's kind of like the same. My point still stands, because like if one pulls out, somebody will take their place. And that's what's going to happen with Hezbollah. It's like somebody's going to pull out.
Your argument was
somebody will take their place.
No. Your argument back then was we should stop funding Ukraine and they will stop fighting and dying. That was your point. So keep your point.
I said, here's the thing. No, I said maybe if we stop funding Ukraine, maybe they'll stop. Maybe they'll stop. And maybe they'll stop, and maybe they'll stop dying. But as you see, we've stopped actually funding Ukraine, and we're selling weapons to them. And they're still fighting because they have a different funder.
We're supplying them. We're still supplying them.
But they have a different funder, and we're not. But they're gotta buy it. According to Trump, they gotta buy it. So
yeah,
no.
You fucking NATO has to. NATO is the one that's buying it.
Okay, so we're not really supplying it from them if they gotta buy it.
Where do you think it comes from?
Bro, we used to be just giving these guys weapons. So like I said,
and that was a bad idea.
A step back.
And had we not given it to them,
I'm a little bit confused how this goes into my point, because like I said,
because you're failing to see the point. You're trying to dance around it and not just admitting that I'm around it.
I think you're just trying too hard. Honestly.
I'm not trying hard at all. I have to try harder because you're not getting the point.
Monty, I went with your point where you're saying that, oh well, if we take Iran out, then these guys are no longer going to be able to commit their terrorist act. And I'm like, no, they're still going to be able to, and they'll most likely just find a different funding source, because it's not just about Iran with them.
Who are they going to go to? Who are they going to go to fund
Iran?
them?
They're not even doing it for Iran.
They're not doing it for Iran. Iran's just giving them little pygmies because they like a fucking worldwide caliphate.
No, they're doing it because they believe in their cause. Like I said, if you understood their cause, Monty,
their cause is a worldwide caliphate.
No,
yes.
That's not their cause. You don't know their cause. All right, what's the cause of Hamas? Why did Hamas was created? Do you know?
To repel the colonial invaders and do jihad to them.
Hamas was created because of the inhumane treatment of the Palestinians before the creation of Hamas. And one of the main reasons, like we go all the way back to 1948,
go look at Hamas's 1986 charter.
Okay.
Go look at their 1986 charter.
Monty, you're not even trying to listen, because, like I said, you're not trying to understand
their charter is their founding document.
No,
so that would give us the most explanation
I'm telling
as to
you
why they founded.
And you're not even trying to listen because you don't know what you're talking about. Like I said, you don't know their cause. You don't even know why they were created.
So I can't.
Or you wouldn't even have made that statement.
So what is a charter? It's a founding document,
the charter
right?
has nothing to do with their cause.
That literally is supposed to represent their cause. That's what a charter is.
No, their
That's what a
charter is
charter
their demands. Is what is their demands through their creation. Why they came about? Why that charter was created? Do you know that? Do you know why?
It's explained well in the charter.
No, it's not. Okay, actually, you're right. It explained actually.
Thank you. You're dancing around my point, and you're just being confrontational.
No. Because here's the thing. Do you understand though? Then explain it. What did they say in that charter of reading why they were created?
They said that Israel mean to us. We don't actually exist as a country, never have, but somehow a country is oppressing us.
Well, they were there first, and Israel came out of nowhere and took their land. I mean, what do you expect to happen?
And the Indians were here first, and we came and took their land. Should we go give it back to them?
Us, and we put their boot on them, and they've been disgruntled towards us forever. They just can't do anything about it.
Exactly.
But Monty, like I said, though, you're not speaking to their problem, though, because here's the thing: Hamas is always going to be a problem if that problem still exists. If the reason why they still exist, then yes, they're going to be around.
If that were the case, we would still be scalped by Indians. If that's how the world works.
No, because we actually negotiated with the Indians and we gave them something for it. So that's why we never did that with the Palestinians or the Lebanese people.
Because the Lebanese people
terrorism exists. It don't exist because Iran or some world caliphate. It exists because they are a tortured people at the end of the day.
They're not a tortured people.
They are.
If they stopped teaching kids how to shoot AK-47s, they wouldn't be a tortured people.
Monty, first off, then you obviously don't know the history then. You obviously don't, if you're really saying that.
Did you address anything of what I just said other than call me a dumbass?
Monty, did you address the history?
Yes, I've addressed the history several times. I brought up their founding document. You told me that's not why they were created.
The founding document. That's not you saying why they were created.
All right, I said do me a favor. Do me a favor. Look up the 1986 Hamas Charter and read that for the chat. Let's have their opinion.
Okay, then. So I'm gonna assume that you probably didn't read it. Then, since you
I did. I absolutely have. That's why I'm so confident in saying what I'm saying right now.
Okay,
bring it up.
If you're so confident, then you would understand that the reason why Hamas even exists is because due to the unfair.
Why don't we look at their words?
Palestinians.
Why
don't
we look
at
up their words?
Kicked off their land.
Why are you interpreting their words?
If that's the problem, then that's going on today as we speak. Then Hamas will always exist.
Why are you
so hard to understand that?
Because you're trying to interpret written words. Let the chat determine what the 1986 charter says. You don't have to explain it. It's there in black and white if you want to read it. Because you'll
please, chat. Go ahead and do so. But
bring it
they
up.
will understand that. All right, yes, this is why Hamas is around, because of the unfair treatment that Israel has imposed upon them. Not just because we just woke up one morning and we hate Jews.
Unfair treatment in their mind is us not paying them royalties to cross oceans. Unfair treatment.
What are you talking about, bro? We're talking about the Palestinians. That doesn't even relate to them.
I'm making a broad and fucking.
But we're talking about the Palestinians. That's what I'm saying. Your broad statement.
Palestinians don't exist. There's never been a country of Palestine.
Well, hold on now. Actually, if you actually turn in the Bible, yeah, Gaza existed back then. Palestine, yes, Palestine existed back then. So I'm sorry, but Palestinians are a people. And I
Can you
mean,
do me a favor?
if you want to sit there, but okay, so this is why they exist, Monty, because of people like you that don't believe in them as being a people or their humanity. Like that's
What do you
why
mean?
they exist.
So they're a
Okay, then this
terrorist
will be
group.
then you will always be dealing with terrorism, then Monty, with a mindset like yours.
Or you just put your boot on their neck like we did with the Native
Bro,
Americans and give them casinos, and they'll be very happy.
We've been putting the boot on their neck for a while. I know we did, bro. We gave the Indians something, or we'd probably still be fighting with them today. We gave them land, their own reserve where they could have their own laws. We gave their ass casinos. If we did the same thing for the Palestinians or the Lebanese people and just actually talk to their plea or actually handle their cause, we wouldn't be dealing with no terrorism.
You can't handle someone's cause where they're
Easy,
actively
bro. I
trying
ain't
to
gonna
kill
lie.
you.
Lebanon is actually easy. Just tell Israel you can no longer attack Lebanon or we'll attack you, and bet you Hezbollah gonna disappear. Easy. That's been their whole problem. That's why
Hezbollah will
created.
just take over Israel.
Wrong, because you now see why was Hezbollah created, Monty?
Again, to fight the oppressive colonialistic fucking Western ideology that represented Israel.
And that because Israel
in their
attacked them
words
first, because Israel attacked them first and took southern Lebanon and occupied it at that time. And Hezbollah formed and fought them back, and it's been a back and forth struggle ever since.
You don't get to.
How do you handle Hezbollah then?
You handle Hezbollah by taking them out or defunding them.
I mean, then
they lost. They lost.
I mean,
you don't just get to.
But they're still fighting. Here's the thing, though: they're fighting till this day. And there's, like I said, if you don't handle their actual cause, there's always going to be fighting, no matter what you do.
So you can't capitulate to the terrorists.
Bro, we're trying, bro. There's been nobody we've actually submitted like that without giving them something. Even with the Indians, we gave them something. We never put the boot on somebody's neck and they just was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna stay here under your boot.
We submitted Japan in World War II. We submitted Germany in World War I.
And they came right back for vengeance. So you kind of see how putting people under the boot don't really help out.
And then we submitted them in World War II. And then we submitted them in World War II. And fucked their whole shit up. At the cost
of many, many lives. But it's all good though.
The option is cost many, many lives because that's what they pushed it to. Or Germany just takes over the entire fucking world.
Bro, hold on. I gotta address an idiot in the chat, bro. You know, Hezbollah is still a Christian, bro. Hezbollah is still a Christian country, you dumbass. They have a Christian president, if you didn't know that.
What country is Hezbollah?
My bad, Lebanon. Lebanon. Sorry, bro. Thank you. But yeah, Lebanon, yeah, they have a Christian president, if you didn't know that, dumbass.
Like, I mean, but you have a Muslim majority growing within the country. Yeah, cool. You have a Christian president. We had a Muslim president. Does that mean we have a Muslim country?
Exactly. But here's the thing though. People cry about Muslims. I'm be like, bro, a Christian runs that country. So what's your excuse? I mean, if a Christian's running that country and it's becoming a Muslim country, I guess the word of Jesus ain't that strong then, huh? Out there in the Middle East, at least. Over here in the West is pretty damn strong.
I mean, when you compete with a convert or die religion, yeah, you're
Monty, that's false. Convert or die religion, really? So, all right, let me ask you this: how many Muslims do you think actually got forced converted?
Every Christian that was in Egypt.
Monty, modern day. Now come on now.
That is modern day.
Hold on. And
that was 2016.
Christians lived under Muslim. Hold on. Christians lived under Muslims in Muslim empires, and they weren't forcibly converted. So that's not even true.
Yeah, because they live under them, and you have to pay a fucking tax to exist.
But at least you can be a Christian, though, and that wasn't forced conversion.
So oppression is only okay when Muslims do it.
Paying the taxes are. I mean, hold on, Monty. I'm gonna be real with you. Is paying the tax really oppression, though? I mean,
yes, it is literally by definition repression.
Are you a slave, Monty? Are you a slave?
Yes, I am a slave to our government.
You're literally a member of that empire, that Muslim empire, sadly, and you're a Christian. You just got to pay a tax. That's not forced conversion, Monty.
That is absolutely forced conversion.
First conversions? Because there's no there ain't that. I'm gonna be real with you. There's probably 0.001% of forced Muslim conversions today, bro. So when you sit there and say forced conversion religion, that's wrong.
When you're an Iranian wrestler and you're thrown off a fucking balcony and
Bro, we
hanged
hacked 2
because
police officers to death. You didn't know
so
that?
so the Iranian fucking state media says. Is that our source for everything set now?
I'm gonna be real with you, but why should we believe our media who's trying to villainize Iran at every turn?
Because
When they
our
lied
media
about
doesn't kill its
40,000
own people and
protesters
black
being
out.
killed.
Because our media doesn't kill people and black out the truth when they're executing them.
Really? Our media don't black out the truth, really, Monty?
When's the last time you had a total internet blackout in the United States?
No, our media don't black out the truth.
When is the last time we had a total media?
You said black out the truth, not a media blackout.
The internet. When they black out the internet, that is blacking out any form of resistance other than what the state media is. When is the last time that happened, Set? In the United States? No, answer the question. You're cooked
never
on this
happened
one.
in the
You're
United
cooked.
States.
Exactly. So I'm going to trust the country that's never done it over the country that constantly does it.
Monty, your country has lied to you many times, even get fed propaganda into war. I'm sorry, but
Your country.
yeah.
This is your country, Set.
Yes,
this is
my country, your country. Both fed us the same lies. Apparently, you're still falling for today.
Do you think you're just like extremely enlightened or something because you're believing Iranian propaganda?
Monty, it's not believing Iranian propaganda. It's just what you see the reality being. Like that's what it is.
How do you know that's the reality when the internet's blacked out?
Because they actually released a video of said kid chopping these 2 police officers up. Released the video.
Oh, just like they released the video of them shooting down an F-18?
I mean, hey, I'm gonna be real with you. It's in their country, and we don't. And think about it like this: we only know that kid from a wrestling match, and we're trying to assume we know the details of his death. Like, let's be real and let's be honest here. Let's be honest.
Are you serious?
Yes. When our media goes at every point to make Iran look like this, I'm be real with you, like this theocratic. I'm be real with you, like this desert wasteland where nobody has any rights. Yeah, because if you actually look at Iran, be real with you. People say, oh, nobody's happy under this regime. There's actually people happy under the regime. I find it's hard to see. It's weird to see it, but they are. When there's been so many lies fed about Iran that you go down and you debunk, and you're just like, all right, I can't believe my media on anything they say about Iran because they're willing to lie about Iran just to lie us into war.
Got it,
bro. They said they were 2 weeks away from a bomb.
Crazy.
2 weeks away from a bomb, Monty. That still hasn't been right. So
that is
obviously
crazy.
They lie about Iran to feed us war, bro. All right. Do you have any proof that they killed 40,000 protesters? Do you?
Their own leaked documents.
No, there were no leaked documents. They haven't been shown. Nor is there any proof of them. There is no 40,000 or 40K. You can't find it.
Yes, I can. Go look it up right now.
Bro, I did. It comes from Iranian International. And they said that they had a classified document that they did not show proof of or that they showed to the public. Iran actually already released the names and social securities of those killed in the protest.
I'm
sorry, but you don't got it.
Hold on. So Iran
where prove it.
Wait, no, stop. You just fucked up. Because you said they released the names and social security numbers. Social security numbers are an American-only thing.
Actually,
you do know that, right?
They do have numbers to verify their citizens as well. It's not just an American-only thing.
You said social security.
Yes, with their form of social security numbers. Yes, Monty. Their form of social security.
They released their names and social security numbers, is what you said. So it sounds like you read that somewhere.
Yes, because they use a 10-digit national identification number. Like, yes, they have social securities too. Man, they call it a little something different, but I don't think that really, doesn't really that doesn't really mean anything right now. So please tell me, how do you know 40,000? How they killed 40,000 plus Iranians?
Because Iran said it themselves.
They did not. Actually, Iran, bro. What? Now bro, come on, Monty. They did not say that. They said we killed about 3,000 to 4,000.
And
but you just said Iran said it themselves, and I'm telling you what Iran said. People can look this up. People can look it up. What did Iran say about the protest murders?
They have two figures. They have the amount of Iranians and Muslims that they have killed, and then they have the people that are lower than dog shit that are also on the roster. Those aren't people because they're not Islam.
Bro, 88, there's 88 million Muslims there, and they're 9% are Sunni. So I'm be real with you, don't have anything to do with it, Islam or counting the bias because they're Islam, bro. There is no proof that they killed 40K protesters. So yes, when my media or our media lies like that, Yeah, I'm gonna look at him weird. Like, yeah, I can't believe everything you say
They
when it comes
didn't
to Iran
lie.
because y'all are
That
willing
is
to
a
show that people
widely
lie.
accepted
They
number.
lied, Monty, because you can't find the proof and nobody can. Go ahead,
That's
find that unclassified document that shows it. Come on. I mean, I know it, and I'll give you to tomorrow, or maybe, or email it to me, because guess what? I looked into this extensively. And there is no proof at all that they killed 30,000 plus of their protesters or their own civilians. None. And I mean, you know what? F it. You know what? I'll go ahead and I'll look it up right now, because there's a lot of people in the chat that don't believe me, and I got you. Did Iran kill 30,000 protesters? No, whoops. There we go. Did Iran kill 30,000 protesters? All right. Here we go. Right here. We have from one source that says that Iran killed over 30,000 to over 35,000 were killed through they say what seems to be as they say, classified document records that was never released or seen. What we do have from reputable sources is the 3 to 5,000. So please, like,
how are
where's
they
it at?
It's right in front of your face, Set. You
Where?
just asked the question and it answered. What was the first number they gave you?
Bro, they said it was like, they said what? Reports suggest roughly 30,000 to 34,000 protests were killed in Iran. Now, particularly around 8 to 9, but these were never proven to be true. There is no verifiable proof that these numbers were verified. So the 30,000 never verified. What's been verified is 3,000. So ask it. Is there any verifiable proof that Iran killed 30,000, 40,000 protesters? There is none.
So in the absence of proof, you're gonna trust the dictatorial regime that has admitted to killing 3,000
in the
people.
absence of proof, I'm gonna go with yes, what they say, because there is no proof.
Got
now, if you can show me proof that 30,000 people died, then sure, but I'm not just gonna believe it because the media who wants to lie to me about a country says so.
Why do you think the media? Why is it that you're so convinced that the media wants to lie to you about how many people Iran killed?
Bro, they've been lying about Iran for a while now, and because they want to sell us this war, Monty, they want to sell you, make you feel like, oh, well, so they killed 30,000 of their own people. This is why we got to invoke regime change. We got to be all in, Monty. They killed 30,000 people.
They did.
No, they didn't, because you can't find it, Monty. I mean, unless you can find it.
Got you. So murder. So because we've never found a killer for people that have killed people, those murders never happened?
No, Monty. If we cannot find the proof that that person killed 18 people, we can't find the proof. Even if he says it, that I killed 18 people. If we cannot find the proof, the bodies, the evidence, then we don't go with he killed 18.
The mass
even
graves,
if the murderer admits it, we go with what we can prove.
The mass graves, the family members that have been able to get
count 30,000 graves, Monty? Did you see the 30,000
No.
graves?
Did you count 3,000?
Actually, shoot, I counted under that. So if we're counting graves, then it's under that. We're counting graves, Monty.
Got you. So because of this is the same kind of reporting that leads people to say, oh yeah, the Holocaust was only like 200,000 Jews.
Monty, but there's no Monty. You have no proof once again.
And
like I said, where's your proof? You're just saying that, oh, it happened, but you have no proof. And then I give you some numbers that
I have as much
going off of.
I have as much proof as you have that there is no proof.
Monty, but no, you don't. You have no proof that 30,000.
You have the same information I have, Set. You're not any better than anybody in the chat.
Okay, bro. Here's the thing. I'm not saying, but here's the thing. You're saying that it happened when you have no proof that it did.
We have Iran stating that they did it.
No, they didn't. They did not state that. They stated that they killed protesters, sure, but not 30,000, 40,000 protesters.
No, they just blacked the internet out.
Bro, Monty, come on now. That has nothing to do with it.
Oh, it has nothing.
That has nothing. The media blackout has nothing to do with proving that they killed 30,000 protesters. Like, it's not provable.
Why is it not provable then, Set? Why is it not provable?
Because you can't count, like, bro, if you're about to go through all the videos and count the graves, you won't even get to 3,000. Bro, I mean, but the numbers that Iran released, well, we only got about 3,000 to 5,000.
And so saying anything else outside of that would be basically you just inflating the numbers or lying at that point.
Inflating the numbers or lying. Okay, let's go with your fucking verifiable proof, even though that's not verifiable either. 5,000 people. They killed
Shoot, if they
5,000
release
people.
names, shoot, we know that they died at least.
Set. You were saying back when it was 1,200 that wasn't true. You were saying at
Huh?
5,000
No, I did
that
not.
wasn't
Hold on,
true.
hold on, hold on. What are you talking about?
When the war kicked off, or when the protests kicked off back in January, you were like, there's no proof. There's no proof that they're killing their people. Then there's no proof that they killed 2,000 people. There's no proof that they killed 5,000 people. Oh, there's proof now that they've only killed 5,000 people.
There wasn't until it came out. So I was being responsible because there was no proof. There was nothing coming out.
But
and
you
I
shoot
waited
anybody
until
down
something
that
came
says
out.
some otherwise.
Yes, I'm allowed to sit there and say, yo, look, I don't know what's going on. And I don't believe it until I see it. And then I seen it and I was like, all right, guys. Well, according to Iran, they got about 3,000 to 5,000 protesters dead. And then everybody wants to talk about 30,000 protesters. And I'm like, all right, well, where are they getting that from? And they're all getting it from this one Iran International that's never showed their work, that never showed proof that they had these classified documents at all. They just said that they had it and never really substantiated. And that's not saying anything because you're not showing us proof that Iran killed 30,000 protesters. You're not. You can show us all the videos you want of all the bags. I mean, like, what do you want me to do? Count them? I'm going to be at less than 3,000. And that's not an accurate representation. So I'm sorry if I just don't believe something that you have nothing that you can't, I'm be real with you, substantiate. You can't have no proof of it. But the only proof we do got is what Iran has released. Now, if we go in there and we find out that it's more, okay, Monty, great. But that's after we went in there and discovered. But as of now, there is no proof that they killed 30,000 protesters whatsoever.
So according to coroners, morticians, and testimony from morgues, graveyards, hospitals in the country revealed concerted efforts by authorities to conceal the true size of the death toll. Bodies being transported in ice cream vans. Oh, that's fucking peachy. And meat trucks. Piles of dead bodies being hastily buried.
Here's the thing. Where's the proof of that? Because like I said, otherwise, like I said, you're just trying to come up with a reason or
it's not a reason
why you can't substantiate the 30,000.
This is testimony from people that were there.
What? Where? On the
in
protest
Iran when their families were being executed, Set.
Yeah, but guess what, Monty? That still doesn't
no
prove
big deal. I don't care. It didn't come from the
died.
Iranian propaganda
Bro,
wing.
that still doesn't prove 30,000 people died. They're just saying that they packed them up in a van and left.
Oh my god. Oh my
Bro,
god.
they could have counted those for all you know.
It's not that bad, guys. It's only 5,000 people.
I know it's bad, but when you over exaggerate it off a lie, it's just like, all right, now y'all just trying to sell us a story here.
Okay, 5,000 people.
They could have, bro. They sold me with just the 5,000. I was like, all right, yeah, they're fucked up, bro. When you're like, I'm be real with you, explode the number with no proof. Now I'm just like, all right, y'all trying to sell something here.
So if you were already sold, why would that be trying to sell something? You were already sold.
Monty, did you hear me?
They're trying to sell something.
Yeah, they're trying to sell me something like, oh, okay, well, look, 30,000 protesters died, even though we ain't got no proof or anything to just believe us.
We do have proof. You keep saying that there's no proof,
we don't.
But there are
We don't.
There are internal documents.
How they're packing up bodies, but you still can't prove 30,000 protesters died. Like, shoot, 3,000, 5,000 is bad enough. I mean, but I mean,
why are you so vehemently trying to downplay this?
I'm not downplaying it. I'm just calling it out.
It's like the only people you
Monty,
believe are Iranian state.
I'm not downplaying it, Monty. I'm arguing it because you said you believe it, and I'm pushing back on it.
Why?
That's not really downplaying it.
Why are you so eager to believe Iranian state media?
Monty, I have to look at both sides of the media. And sadly, our side did not give any proof. If our side did give proof, I would be like, all right, here it is. But they didn't. Iran did. So I gotta go with actual numbers and not, oh well, they did this, that, and the third when they also did this and that.
So
But we
putting
still
words
can't
on
tell you how
paper.
much people actually died.
So putting words on paper is proof for you, right?
Bro, no, it's not, because they put the words on paper about how they had undocumented, how they had an undocumented, or my bad, classified documents proving it, and they put that on paper, and I didn't believe it, and I went to look for these classified documents.
So you read
from Iran, and it
you
wasn't
read
real.
two things. You read two things, and the one that you decide you're going to believe, because you didn't see 5,000 bodies, you just believed the Iranian state government.
Bro,
Or
did
the
you see
Iranian.
30,000?
No, I
Okay,
didn't.
then. So you can't
You
even
have.
make that same argument.
I'm making the argument because you're choosing to believe a side.
No,
That is what you're
I'm
doing.
choosing to believe the side that shows numbers. Like, if you show me some numbers, great. But
30,000 is a number set. 30,000
No, bro,
is
they
a
didn't show
number.
me how they got to that. Bro, all right, give me all the names of the 30,000 people. They can't do it. They can't. Give me all the names of all 30,000 people. You can't do it because it never happened.
Okay, so all right. Either way, so you're choosing to believe names on a paper over fucking journalism, and that's the hill you're gonna die on. Is
Bro,
it wasn't really
that
30,000
was released by
because
journalism.
6,000 makes it so much different.
Bro, I'm be honest with you, it don't. I'm just saying though, why inflate it? Why try to sit there and say 30,000? Like, what's the point of lying? But
It's not
anyway, though,
lying.
shout out to my man Lunatic. It is lying, but shout out to the man Lunatic Libertarian. More humans are lost in the United States than anywhere else. And shout out to Lunatic Libertarian. But
okay.
But all right, dog. All right. I kind of went a bit over. Me and you, you know how me and you like to drag out these debates, Monty. So once again,
30,000 people were killed, and
5,000.
That is horrible and fucking excusable in and of itself. Set. It shouldn't.
That's true. You're right.
But like the fact this is I'm trying to demonstrate a pattern in which you are only believing Iranian state media to a fault. So much so that you're like, oh yeah, they shot down a jet because here's a video of them shooting down a jet.
They did. Now, did I?
Yes, you did. You literally had that. Oh, looks like they shot down a jet, guys.
Hold on now, and then hold on. Even the military admitted that, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, we kind of did get caught lacking due to the shrapnel. So they didn't shoot it down, bro. And I even said it didn't shoot it down. I said it still got away and it was still able to land safely. But it does seem like Iran was able to scratch it with one of their missiles, which the U.S. military admitted.
And then they posted a video. Then they posted a video.
So,
and the video was a lie. But you put that up there as proof that it happened.
No, I didn't say proof that it happened, did I? I said, bro,
they put out a video. Look at this video, guys.
According to them, hold on. Actually, I remember that video. Remember, the shooting actually did happen, but it didn't crash it. The lie was that they crashed the plane. That was the lie. But they actually was able to hit the plane due to, the shrapnel when the plane.
Do you believe that video was real? Do you believe that video was a SAM lock onto an F-35 and it was a missile that fucking launched and hit that plane?
Monty,
and that's the plane that they're talking about? Yes or no?
Monty, it doesn't matter because they've already.
It absolutely does
said
matter.
That it happened. They already said that it happened, Monty.
It absolutely does matter. Do you believe that is
Monty,
an accurate
did Iran,
and real
did
video?
Iran did Iran hit a plane and it was forced to land?
Answer the question, Set. Do you believe that video that you saw?
Monty.
It
doesn't
you
matter.
Know this goes to a bigger.
They said it happened. That's what I don't get with you. Like, well, what are we arguing about?
Because you are so quick to believe anything.
If I believed it, then I'd have been right. And I mean, I'd have been right in my belief because it did happen. They just didn't shoot it down. And I was speculative about it from the beginning. That's why I asked your guys' opinions too. I just didn't say, oh, I believe this. I actually brought you guys in about it too and said, what do you guys think?
The video itself was fake, which means they put out fake shit. And you jump on the fake shit that they put out, and then we have to come in and be like, no, Set, that is fake.
Monty. But then it went out to be proven that they did hit a jet.
But it wasn't that. Why did they? If they hit a jet, then why not release the video of them hitting the jet?
Because they lied and said that they crashed it, Monty. and they didn't actually crash it. They just hit it and scraped it enough for where it to need to make a landing. So even if I did believe that, even if I did sat there and just say, all right, I believe this video, I didn't. But Monty, here's the thing: you're assuming that I believe the video. That's why I didn't say I did, because I didn't. That's why I brought you guys in, because I'm like, you know what? I'm skeptical. So let me bring in Monty and Game and let's see what they think as well, because I don't really believe it, but I wonder what they think. And of course, y'all didn't believe it. And I'm just like, yeah, I didn't really believe it at all either. But you know what? I decided to get some second opinions on it. Now you're saying that, oh, I can't do that, or else I'm just assuming that it's real.
No,
like,
you
all
say,
right,
look
I
at
guess
this
I just can't
obviously
ask you for
fake
anything,
video.
then, my man, without you assuming that I'm taking that position.
When you say, hey, they did this thing, and here's the video of them doing this thing, or so they say.
No, I said Iran said that they shot down a plane, Monty. I didn't say that. Oh, for sure, Iran shot down this plane and crashed. Like, shout out the mullahs. Like, no.
Obviously, you didn't do that, but you. My gosh.
All right,
I don't think
say they shot down the plane. I said it seems to be now, and I was showing the video, and I was like, it looks weird. I don't believe it for real, but I'm gonna bring in other guys on it, and I did.
And then that also happened with the F-18, which literally Iran didn't even shoot at. It was a video game that the IRGC put out, and I was like, wait a second, that plane does not look like an F-18. It looks like a MiG. And sure enough, the fucking video was from Arma.
But
it was an
right.
Arma video.
But all right, guys, all right. The guys are getting tired of us going back and forth. Now I'm gonna go ahead and play this video out, and we'll get your thoughts on it later. But if anybody else want to come up, go on ahead.
Underestimated
also buy a
capabilities
Tesla.
with drones, their willingness to dig in, the ways that they've attacked their allies, and now Jim Mattis is saying he can't see a good way out. Can you?
Yeah, I mean, the way out, of course, is for an international coalition to secure the.
And shout out to Lunatic Libertarian. He says all news media is propaganda. If you suck up to it and regurgitate it, you are part of the problem. Choose a side. I choose humanity, not a government. All right. Shout out to Lunatic Libertarian.
Great. And just in the news today is that the British Royal Navy is on its way. They've decided to engage. I think that's the clear future here, is after you decimate their military, take away their ability to make nuclear weapons, take away their ability to have a ballistic missile program, and defeat their willingness to be an exporter of terror, you have an international coalition that A, monitors these people, and B, secures the strait. And obviously, virtually every country in the world has an interest in the strait being open and secure, and that they don't have a navy or any capability at all to harass these ships going through. So I think that would be the hope. And I think what the president said is true. We have decimated their military capabilities, were destroyed.
Right, that's funny. Shout out to my man Daniel Castro. Like, you both have a conversive bias. I'm weak. He says S.E.T equals Iran, Monty equals Israel.
I fucking hate Israel. Why does everybody keep... So
I mean, Monty, sometimes some of the points you make, sometimes it do lead. Sometimes I'll be like, you do say you're anti-Israel, but sometimes the points you make be some pro-Israeli points. Sometimes.
Maybe because you should probably listen to the guy that is fucking neutral on the point when I say, hey, this fucking jives well for Israel. Hey, this jives well for Iran. Hey, this jives well for the United States. And when I say that this is completely fucking bullshit, it's not me. Anything pro-Israel is going to be simping for Israel. That is the world in which you guys have created by fucking criticizing Israel constantly. Anything pro-Iran is going to be simping for Iran. Anything like, why? Why can you not just call out the bullshit and say what you think?
Well, because, Monty, you called the bullshit, people are going to say that, oh, all you do is regurgitate Iranian media.
You do. That is all that you do.
No, Monty, because that's literally, bro, what you just complained about is literally what you just did to me. That's what was so funny, though. I was like, okay, that's hilarious.
Say, when was the last time you said anything pro-America about anything that's going on right now?
Let's see here. I mean,
other than acknowledging my points on world restructuring.
Monty, like what? Knowledge the fact that we destroy what bases, knowledge our military strikes. Like, I'm looking for the end goal here, Monty. So I'm not gonna.
The end goal's been stated to you several times by several different people.
Not really, because the way this war is turning out, it doesn't seem like our end goal is actually just grinding down our military capability.
Hey, S.E.T, do me a favor. Go back to the first press briefing Pete Hegseth did. He gave you all of the goals.
I don't know,
He
man.
did.
After
He
every
did.
time, look, Monty. All I'm saying is that look,
Maybe
a lot of
listen to
people
it
are
without a
no.
bias.
Here, no. We're looking at actions. We're not listening to words no more. We're looking at actions now because words don't mean shit. Apparently, we was told no war with Iran, but here we are. So words don't mean shit, and we looking at
Not a
actions.
war. It's not,
All right,
it's not a
and
war.
our actions are telling us way different than their words.
Our actions, destroying
Their
the Navy, destroying the Navy is not what they said they were going to do.
Monty, is the goal to grind down their military capability? Is the goal to handle their enrichment? Like, if none of that is tackled, then I'm sorry, but I'm not going to be the most pro-American guy in this war because I'm looking for our goals here to be like actually completed.
So,
and if you're telling me that, all right, well, we took out their military capability, well, I don't see that because they're still able to strike all over the Gulf region. All right, well, regime change. Well, we all know it ain't regime change because everybody's queasy about that. And then what else? Oh, well, what? Nuclear enrichment. Well, how, like, what are we trying to do with that? Are we trying to take it away from them? Are we trying to negotiate it with them? Like, what's the goal there?
It's very, very simple. And it has been explained on every press briefing the Pentagon's put out, on everything that the president has said about it, on everything that Marco Rubio has said about it. Everything that, if you just open your ears and try not to criticize it and actually listen objectively and save your thoughts to the end, you would see the cohesive picture.
That's just a condescending, like honest. That's a bit condescending because then
well, when you tell me I don't know the history about something, I
you're wrong, and I'm just like, okay.
When you tell me I don't know the history about something, that's condescending as well, and I accept it. So, to each is their own.
No, what you're making is I mean, I get a condescending to me, but like you're making a broad condescending point, like basically, like, all right, well, if you don't feel like me, you're wrong.
Listen to what they're saying.
Monty, you can't keep saying that when they're going against what they said in the past. We're looking at actions here. So I'd rather you say
so okay, let's look at the actions. Where are the strikes targeting? Where are the strikes targeting?
Military bases, ships, and what was it else? Oh, well, at least not energy infrastructure, but mostly that. Oh, and civilian infrastructure as well, 81,000. So we're striking everything in Iran. But what's our goals? Does that help?
We're not striking
our goals.
We're not striking everything in Iran.
All right, okay, but how does that help us towards our goal? Like, what's our goal then?
Okay, so if the stated goal is destroying their military, right, and you sink their entire fucking navy to the bottom of the ocean, would you not say that destroying their navy as a goal has been achieved?
I'm gonna be real with you. Sure, that's been achieved, but
okay. Now moving on to the next point. Moving on to the next point.
So moving on to the next point. No, here's the thing. That doesn't really like do anything. To be quiet, we destroyed all their.
It doesn't do anything.
Hold on. I'm gonna be real with you. It's not really. It's not the flex that everybody think it is. I mean, is the regime still standing? Yes. Are they still
okay? So
yes. Are they trading? Are they trading their oil now? Yes.
Can I move on?
What does that do?
Can I move on?
Go ahead.
You like this is what I said. You don't listen. You literally jump down my throat as soon as I say one thing. So destroying their navy was a goal. The navy's been destroyed. Is that achieving a goal or not?
Monty, is that the goal? I mean,
is that just bear with me, please?
Okay. All right,
I know it's hard.
Then why aren't we out of there?
There are multiple goals. There have been multiple goals stated because I have the fucking availability to listen to something and not comment on it. And I have listened to it. So let me walk through this. If you don't understand after this, then I will shut up. But let me walk through this. We said that we're going to destroy their navy. Has their navy been sunk? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. We said that we were going to go after ballistic missile storage, missile launching sites, and conventional military assets. Have we done that?
Yes.
To the tune of what? About 5,000 targets?
Yeah, but they're still firing missiles.
They are. Okay. Again, yes, but is not a answer. Have we gone after those targets?
Yeah.
Okay. Israel has said that their goal is to fucking wipe the Iranian leadership off the map. Have they wiped the Iranian leadership off the map?
No.
They've killed like 15 Ayatollahs. Yes, they have.
No, they haven't. Okay, really?
I'm
No,
being
no, they
I'm being
haven't.
stupid. I'm being stupid.
Oh, I'm about to say. Okay, I'm about to say like, hold on.
Okay. So and then we're going after. So we've gone after missile launchers. We've gone after ports. We've gone after ships. We've gone after storage sites. We've gone after another stated goal was that we were going to go after nuclear enrichment sites. Have we gone after those? Did we go after Fordo and Isfahan again?
Wait, did we bomb those again? I believe we did.
I believe we did in the opening salvo.
Yeah, but like, and here's the thing. But okay, like I said, great, no military, but I mean, the ballistic missiles is still a problem, and we're still looking for more sites to bomb. And here's the thing, though, like at a certain point, we do gotta. It does seem like we might have to put boots on the ground if we want to secure all of their sites.
Why?
Because we can't hit everything from up top. Like, bro, even with the bunker busters, we're still back there worrying about Fordo. So it does sound like to secure their nuclear stockpile and all that good stuff is either we
don't need to secure their nuclear stockpile.
Is either we get them to the table or we take it.
It's not. And also another stated goal was to destroy their military industrial complex. Have we not gone after manufacturing facilities of these drones, of these sea mines?
They're still firing them.
Yes, but that only lasts for so long. If you can't make more and you can't shoot more,
we don't know that. We don't know if they can make more or shoot more. We just know we just took out the ones that they're firing from.
Okay, and when they pop another one out, we have surveillance fucking in the air watching them move it out. So we know that that's a target. So we have another strike package ready to go as soon as it pops out again, and it's gone. So this is a losing war. This is a grinding war on their part. We have taken losses. I'm not going to disacknowledge that, but this is a very, 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 very lopsided fucking mission on the part of the Americans. So we could literally walk away right now and claim victory.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. No, I don't think we could.
Why?
Because, bro,
because they haven't achieved the goal you stated.
Bro, if we walk away right now, I mean, like, what nuclear capabilities did we handle? I mean, the regime's still in power, and they're probably rebuilding back better now at this point. So,
how are they building back better with no money?
Bro, if we were to just walk away,
no money, no leadership, no fucking military to speak of.
They have leadership. They have leadership.
They have a fucking peg leg that's gay in a hospital bed in Germany.
What? All right, hold on now. No, Monty. I mean, first of all, I don't even know if the Ayatollah is gay. That'd be crazy, though.
You haven't even heard that. We don't even know
if he got a peg leg or not. But all we know for sure, that the regime is still in power. Like, bro, they just appointed a new. Basically, they basically appointed a new. What was it? Secretary of Defense.
It's a monarch.
No, they basically brought in a new Secretary of Defense.
And didn't we take him out?
We did, and now they brought a hardliner. The new guy they brought in is an ex-IRGC commander. So cool. And guess what?
I give him till the end of the week.
Guy actually talking to us, Monty.
I'll give him to the end of the week.
Well, all right. I mean, all right, bro. All right. But all right, guys. Let me go ahead and read out some super chats. He says, I hear Dave Smith versus Adam Sosnick here. Dave Smith, debate GOAT. Dave Smith beat Chomo and Sosnick easily. Channel your inner Dave Smith. I'm done.
Dave Smith. Yeah, because we should take our foreign policy advice from Dave Smith.
I'm be real with you, though, bro. Look, probably the person that debated against Dave Smith was Cole Hughes, and that's why Adam was glazing him so much. But Adam did such a terrible job debating him. I was just like, dog, I don't even think they debated the topic of foreign policy or the war in Iran. I don't even think
because they don't know. They just want to talk about their feelings. No, that's all Dave Smith does.
No, come on now, Monty. I ain't gonna lie. Dave Smith be cooking.
Dave Smith is in a world of his own, in a world of his own fabrication with information that is 30 years old that he is just running with.
I mean, hey, man, he cooking these guys with 30-year-old information.
He's not cooking them. Just because you argue faster and louder and more aggressively doesn't make you right.
That's not even Dave Smith. That sounds more like a Ben Shapiro. talk really fast and loud. But nah, bro. Maybe you need to listen to more Dave Smith's debates.
I've listened to Dave Smith, and that's where I've gained a lot of my opinions about Israel was from Dave Smith.
Then hold on. Then what gave you this? All right, well, I don't know. All right, then what turned you off from Dave Smith then?
I'm not turned off from Dave Smith. Dave Smith, you can have credible points and still be misguided about your understanding of the whole situation.
Okay. So you do GR. It's just a disagreement on him, being against so against the war. I mean, this man is more against the war than me, and the reason why is because, bro, he was even calling for Trump to be impeached over Midnight Hammer. He was out.
Yes. He was on what was it? Joe Rogan. November of 24. Right before Elon Musk went on. The last time Elon Musk went on, he was on the episode before that. And he was like, Israel wants a war with Iran, and we're going to get into a war with Iran. And he was right about that. He was absolutely right about us getting into a war with Iran. He thinks because he's been so vindicated, now he has a platform to stand up there and say, see, Israel controls the United States. And here's this white paper published by this General Kelly 30 years ago called the 7 points to fucking whatever. And I'm like, okay, my guy. All right, bud. You literally do not understand how this helps us. You just see Israel, and Israel is the cause of your toe pain. So,
and here's the thing, Monty. I think that's where the debate is and once this all works out, that's where the debate's going to be. Did this actually help us?
And you're going to have people that cannot admit that they're wrong because that would require fucking saying that you're a suck up and you're just selling ads, and you'd lose your fan base. So no, you're not going to have people that concede, I can actually get behind this now because, gas is $43 a barrel, or sorry, oil is $43 a barrel. My gas is $1.99 again, like Trump did the first time. That maybe I was wrong about all of my doom and gloom. Maybe just maybe I was off base and following a Nazi a little too hard. Like,
oh damn, people following Nazis.
I'm sorry if your opinion aligns so closely with Nick Fuentes. Maybe there might be a problem with the way you're looking at something. Maybe you might have been sold a lie at some point.
Now, Monty, is there ever the possibility where you think you might have been sold the lie?
Look at who's defending this. Look who's going against fucking our interests. The person that says that black people and white people shouldn't get married.
Hilarious. Okay, that's all right. All right. Nick Fuentes is not the best example of the anti-Israel argument. I'll tell you that.
And neither is Alex Jones, the guy that said that Sandy Hook was a bunch of paid actors.
Alex Jones, come on now. You're right. Come on now. Alex Jones been pretty fair. He's been anti.
He hasn't been fair. When you say you're
that was Trump's ride or die. This man was in like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I ain't gonna lie. The way Alex Jones' content has been, bro, he's talking like a girlfriend who just got cheated on by his by her boyfriend. I'm sorry.
Because he thinks he gets to control the narrative because he gets a little bit of vindication. Now he thinks he's getting too big for his britches.
I think is that he truly believed Trump wasn't going to get us into war with Iran. He truly believed that, and now that it popped off, he's like, "Oh my God, I'm in disbelief. This is the end of it. It's over for Trump. It's over for MAGA." And it's like, all right, chill, bro. Chill. Ain't the end of the world yet. Things can still turn around. But you're right. He is taking that doom and gloom perspective pretty damn quick.
Everybody is. Everybody is. Everybody. It is either it is 100% doom and gloom. All right, so you have three camps.
Is it doom and gloom, or you just don't like hearing it?
No, it is. I don't like hearing doom and gloom. I'm a pessimist. I'm not a pessimistic person. I'm a very optimistic person. That's why when I said earlier, a couple days ago in the chat, I love being right, because when I'm right, it means something good has happened. When you're right, that's why you generally say I don't like being right, because every time you make a prediction, it's fucking the world is gonna end, and you're like, I didn't want to be right about this.
Oh God, though, there was a couple of times I was like, man, fuck. I didn't like. Well, why did I say that out loud? But I'll give it to you. You're right about that. But like, here's the thing, though. You just until until this war is done, until we see what goes on in the next, if we're still in this by May, because honestly, Monty, I want to know, like, how long are you okay with this war lasting?
I don't know. I'm not okay. I'm not okay with it happening.
I mean, but then that's the thing, though. So it's gonna get to a point where Monty is like, and I hope this never comes. I hope it never comes. But hopefully this don't come. But at a certain point, there's gonna have to be as this goes on. There's got to be a day where you're just like, okay, guys, yeah, well, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? Because come on, you're telling us it takes 60 days to destroy Iran's missile capability, military capability, when we were saying we're striking 9,000 targets.
I'll be honest with you. I'm already at the point of, okay, we fucked them up. Can we leave now, please?
I mean,
I'm already there. I'm already at that point. Now, I think that I also put the Discord photo that I put in from the Babylon Bee. I paid you $20 to put that picture up, and you never did.
Oh, my bad, bro. You're right. You're right. I got you. I have no choice at this point. Where are you at? Right here. We could close out on this too, because I went a bit over the hour, but you know when it's me and you, Monty, we're always gonna clash.
We're fucking going,
man. So, all right. Shout out to my man Monty. Let's see here. Wait, what? Wait, did you email? Wait, did you DM
it's on
it
Discord. Yeah, I DM'd it.
All right, perfect. All right, that's why I didn't see it. I was like, what the hell?
It's fucking hilarious. If you haven't seen it yet, I bet.
Let's see here. Wait, oh, you mean the photo?
Yeah.
Oh, here it is. Let's see. Soldiers issues rock. So, bro. Yo. Put boots on the ground, like, man, they gonna pull up in Crocs. Like, what you mean boots on the ground? They was wearing Crocs for your information, sir.
I fucking love the Babylon Bee.
All right, that's funny for this one.
Bro, the Babylon Bee is comedy gold. But I refer back to the message that I sent you before that you put 100 on. It's like I see the play here. It is a play, and now Trump is just trying to make it look like a victory, which objectively it is. It is objectively a victory. We fucked them up. We got very proportional on them. And now he just wants a clean break, and Iran is literally in less of a position than they were after Midnight Hammer to do anything about it. We just went and fucked them up, took their shit, and left.
All right. Now, let me go ahead and read out some chats real quick. And you know what? I do want to get into one video, just one more, guys. And then I got
all night. We got all night. You got the viewership.
Man. So shout out to my man, the Lunatic Libertarian. He says, all we've done is use old ordinances to ensure our economy runs on global war machine. This is just governments that are out of control. Well,
you know what? Hey, Seth, you wanted to see a positive? Boom. We got real world testing on our ballistic missiles. Or sorry, on our Tomahawks.
That's true. But then,
and Raytheon stock is about to go through the roof.
I'm done. But then the negative Nancy's will say, well, now Russia and China know our capabilities. I was like, hold on, man. We didn't even pull out nothing new. You're like, chill with that, guys. Okay.
Hey, Seth, if we learn how to iterate on things when we use them. So it means the next time we use them, they get better.
That's true. I mean, shoot, look what we did when we took one of their drones. But
yeah, we fucking remanufactured it and sent it back to them.
And sent it back. I was like, all right,
we pulled a China. We pulled a China.
Now that's American level pettiness and greatness at the same time. But all right. Let's get into it. I do want to hear this from PBD.
Man, I like PBD, but he needs to shut up on geopolitics. Just go be a billionaire, man.
Oh man.
We just got a report right now, 2 hours ago, from an insider, a good friend, that Rangers said this Sunday they're being deployed, boots on the ground, going out this Sunday.
Yeah.
And they're calling their families, hey, this is what's going on. This is a Ranger. This is not somebody. So listen, we are getting deployed, and they're telling us here's where we're going. So if he's talking like this, that we're negotiating, but on the back end we're sending in, is he trying to deflect and confuse? Is that Trump's line of doing things? Because if he doesn't, and it comes back and it was a nuclear negotiation, and you just killed 50 of their family members, you thought they were angry. You just increased the temperature of anger to a whole different level that the world. So then the people that were, non-interventionists are going to come out and say, what? I told you shouldn't have gone in the first place. So he's in a very interesting place. But again, I voted for him to, in these situations, to trust the decisions he's making. Let's see what they're going to be doing. Because no matter how much we talk about, guess what? We don't have. We don't have all the information. We don't have all the intel.
That's true.
We don't know what they're going to be doing. Tom, Rob, did you find that clip?
I'm still looking.
Yeah,
it's a clip from 2 days ago where he says that. So if you do find it, let me know. Any thoughts?
It's a lot of smoke screens, but I think that's intentional. And I mean, if it's going to follow the patterns of what he's done in the past, it's something he's distraction, confuse
Action.
people, and then boom, out of nowhere, something swift, fast, and super effective happens. Where I don't think the Tripoli is going to ultimately play a role in whatever happens, because everybody in the world's looking at it, watching it, saying, oh, okay, it's 3 days away now, it's 2 days away now, it's 1 day away now. So I think something different's going to happen aside from that. Maybe with Carg Island, but there's no way that we just make a deal with them now, because that would be a worse situation than we went into in the first place. So it's like it goes from a extremist hostile regime to a pissed off extremist hostile regime, with oil at a higher price and with all the infrastructure for oil halfway damaged. So you have to go all the way now, no half measures.
Tom.
Yeah, I mean, that's actually a really good point. We kind of, due to the fact that, they destroyed oil infrastructure, they've shown that now, we're willing to do it if you guys threatened ours. And then with the closing of the Strait of Hormuz, we got to get them off up. We got to make sure that, show them that, we're not going to let you control that. We have to show them that, or we're cooked in the Middle East.
I think the Strait of Hormuz is going to be a negotiating tactic that Iran uses to get them to get us to stop fucking bombing them. That's going to be the first one.
All right,
then
I see that.
And I think we will capitulate to that, and because we don't want to keep bombing them. I'm going to put my finger in the air as the field goal kicker and say, we probably don't want to bomb them anymore. Now, they're gonna use that, and we're gonna use that as, okay, we'll stop bombing you. We wanted to do that anyway, so we didn't lose anything there. Then it's going to be, we don't want you to gain this military capability. If you do, we will come back. And they'll be like, yeah, we know build nuke. We have fatwa. We don't do this. and that's going to be how it is. Trump's going to take a victory lap, and Iran's military will be decimated for another 15 years. And we can live, the Middle East can live in peace for a little bit longer.
And I like that. Honestly. All right.
I hate it because, I like that Maduro was in and out.
Set. Pause.
That was funny, though.
I like that. I hate it.
Like that I thought we had conducted a precision bombing up in the hills and had gotten to some nuclear facilities. And now there's a little part of me that's like, here we go again, weapons of mass destruction, except that now we can see a missile going 4,000 miles. We see one, and you can't have that, right? Now that you have a missile, it's like North Korea. When you have an ability to throw a missile this far, now you're just scared to death on what kind of a bomb can be on top of it. Now you have trouble.
Right.
And so I'm with the
pause.
Actually, you know what's crazy about North Korea? We was talking shit. I remember we were talking a lot of shit, like, oh yeah, you can't reach us, Chinese man, you and your little rockets trying to get us from across the sea. That one day he basically did, and we're like, oh shit, okay, hold on now.
And we shouldn't have done that. We should have fucking taken them serious. When someone says they want to kill you, take them seriously.
Oh, wait.
North Korea said they wanted to kill us. North Korea has propaganda to this day. If you travel to North Korea, which you can do, you will go to the museum. Yes. And
they want us to back the fuck off. And we were not.
They don't want us to back the fuck off. They want to reinvade South Korea. They are literally training their people to deal with America.
Yeah, I know, because and that's the reason why they went towards a nuke, because they want to be able to do what the hell they want with assurance that nobody's ever really gonna take them on directly. And that's really what a nuke damn near guarantees you. It guarantees you that nobody's really going to take you on directly. Maybe through proxy or something like that.
Do you want North Korea to be untouchable, though?
Heck no. That's why no, not really. Not at all. But this is why nobody can touch them, though, is because of their nukes.
Thank you. This is the same point that I'm reflecting to Iran. I don't want Iran untouchable because they are a hostile power. I don't want anybody that is a hostile power to the United States to be untouchable.
True. I mean, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about this, and it's gonna sound crazy when I'm saying it, but well, ever since North Korea didn't get a nuke, I'm gonna be real with you. If they were just playing around with us, we probably would have went to war with North Korea. Like if they were actually like teeter-tottering on that, just like you know how Iran kind of does, we probably would have went to war with them. That's why I do kind of believe that we kind of put the image out there that, well, if you want to be left alone from the United States, you need a nuke. And at that point, since we created that message, now we got to keep a watchful eye on everybody at this
So
point.
inaction has put us in this point.
Yep,
So
and now we got to put more action towards it.
So action will dissuade it.
Yeah, no, you're right. Actions will dissuade it. Now it will. You're right now, but then this might invoke action as well. So, like I said, it's the slippery slope.
It is a slippery slope.
As long as we're willing to apply the pressure, it's all good.
Yeah, and which is why you should vote Republican in the midterms and give President Trump the mandate that he deserves to run this country.
Man, hey, look, man, it depends on economic numbers, not how it is.
Economic. No. Trump has a proven track record of making
the economy better. Look, bro, I'm be real with you though. You can't sit there and say that if prices are up by and this war is still going on.
No. From the Democratic reign to the Republican reign, prices are down. So you don't know.
Monty. We're going from last year under Trump to this year under Trump. Prices have went up. And we took a hit in the job market. And I'm sick.
But we're looking at Democratic presidencies versus Republican presidencies because that's what's on the line. Democratic control or Republican control.
And I mean, I'll be real with you. Nobody wants that, Monty. Lord knows me. Well, I'll be real with you. Me and you don't want that. But you got to understand there's a lot of people in the middle who are banking on this. Like this whole war, this conflict, like this war and affordability is what's going to make and break the Republicans. No matter how much we fear,
and voting for Democrats
is not going to work. Like
voting for Democrats is not going to solve that problem, Set.
I know, but people don't think like that, Monty. Honestly, really, actually, it might, because all they got to do, and this is all the Dems got to do, right? They got to play a fake ploy, build their own Trump, and basically make this guy seem like he's an outsider, make everybody think that they're going to get something different again, and everybody will be voting Democrat. That Democrat just got to come out saying the right things, Monty. No new wars. I'm actually going to fix affordability. And we know it's bullshit, but the people don't. And a lot of people, and if we are left to go through these economic hard times, the people are going to be more and more thirsty to believe it. Even though me and you know better, we're like, oh, he's just bullshitting us. He ain't going to make it better. Well, a lot of people are going to
Then you have a platform with 120,000 people. Reiterate that a couple of times. And instead of saying, we're just cooked in the midterms, we might as well throw the white flag. Because America sucks again.
Monty, there's nothing, I'll be real with you, there ain't really too much I can say when the numbers are down. When I say numbers are up and give some time, okay, great. But when Trump's taking this detour, we don't know how long this detour going to last. I can only sit there and be like, look, man, I don't know how long this is going to last. All we can see is there's going to be a bit of economic pain. So I can't tell them anything like, hey, yo, just vote for Republicans, because
you can say, all right, hold on. I'll tell you right now. I can tell you right now what you can say and be accurate about. Under Democrats, you had an affordability crisis like no other. You're complaining about $3.10 a gallon gas. Remember when it was $5-6 a gallon? Remember when you could
$4?
No, it's not. It's at $3.15.
Bro, there are places seeing $4.
Yes, and there's always places seeing $4. Hold on, no. Set average.
Yes, all right, that's great. The average, but that doesn't, bro. When people go and they see that, all right, well, I'm not seeing the average. I'm above the average, and I was voted for Trump on the promise that we were going to have lower gas.
Okay,
so you guys got to understand. Look, it can't be, but the Democrats are but Biden every trip. Like people aren't going to keep hearing that. Just like I keep telling the Dems, it can't be all about but Trump.
But everything the Democrats say about Trump is literally fucking bullshit.
And that's why they lose. So, and that's why I don't want us practicing the same tactic, but the Democrats. No, let's be different. Let's hold our side accountable. Let's say, yo, you're right. We do need better numbers. And it doesn't make it look like we're just going along like a cult.
We have better numbers. We have one administration that had the worst inflation in the world. No. We have better numbers.
No, we absolutely, bro. As of now, look, you could say, yes, gas was $5 under Biden. But you got to understand, that's the reason why we voted for Donald Trump, to go forward, not backwards.
So $5 is what? Is it greater than, less than, or equal to $4?
Monty, there are people seeing $4 right now gas. So like people don't, and we're still in this war, and the longer we're in it, the further gas prices are going to go up. So I'm be real with you. Like we got it. That's why I said I don't say anything until this war is done, so I can get a grasp of the damage that's done, and if we can even fix it in time for midterms, because affordability is going to cost us the midterms and this war because of this war.
So you're buying into the Democratic line, affordability.
I wish. I really wish.
You're running interference for the Democratic. You're not doing it on purpose, but by repeating their lines, and saying affordability, as if we weren't alive 18 months ago when we couldn't afford eggs, when we couldn't afford gas, when housing prices were going through the roof. If you've noticed, housing prices are actually going down.
Monty, the Democrats have flipped 12 total states legislative.
They haven't flipped anything. They've run primaries. Elections in November.
No, Democrats, in the current what was it? Like, they flipped 12
seats. The election is in November.
There was Trump's district. Trump's district is just got won by a Democrat.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did.
Really? So it's November 7th. I didn't realize we had a time machine.
Well, I actually remember elections happen at different time, but Trump's district.
No, they don't. The general election happens in November.
Democrat.
The general election.
Hold on. Actually, hold on. I take that back. I think it says that. Wait, let's see the minute. Oh yeah, here it is. Democrat Emily Greger wins Florida special election in Mar-a-Lago district. New York Times, 16 hours ago.
So a special election that has nothing to do with midterms?
Bro, we lost a lot. The other special election and that's the problem. And here's the thing about these special elections, that they're in power until they got to redefend their position again in November. But these special elections are usually a prelude to what's going to happen in the current elections, as they've always been when Republicans won them. So we're just looking at pattern recognition. And I'm sounding the alarm.
If you want to look at pattern recognition, the party in power always loses the midterms. So why is it so doom and gloom, as if we could do anything?
It don't gotta be like that, honestly. It don't. He could beat the curse if he was actually focusing on affordability and didn't take this detour with the war.
You genuinely think that? You think he could sweep the midterms?
He had a chance, bro. He had a chance. He had a better chance than he did now. Okay? I ain't saying that it was a sure thing. I'm saying that he had a better chance than he did now.
So you're gonna buy into the Republicans are bad because a trend that has happened for 150 years happens again?
Bro, what? Come on now. I didn't say Republicans are bad. I said that the Republicans had a chance to beat a curse, to beat the midterms curse, if they did just actually focus on making America more affordable, making America great again, putting America first. If they'd have actually been focusing on that instead of this detour with Iran, then they'd have had a better chance of beating this midterm curse. It's not saying that Republicans are bad.
Can I ask you a question? And I want you to zoom out for a second. Has housing prices gone down?
Actually, yeah, they have a little bit. I know the mortgage rate has.
Have interest rates gone down?
Yeah, yes, but the Fed has been talking actually about a hike in interest rates, so hopefully that stays that way.
Have they gone down? Can we just take a temperature right now?
Yes, they did go down.
Okay. Has gas prices gone up?
Compared to Biden or compared to last year?
No. Look, let's be.
You gotta give me the time frame here, though, because come on now. Because gas did go up, but if compared to Biden, it's down.
Okay. So gas went up, and we know why the gas has gone up, so we know how to correct that. Okay, so the answer is yes to that. So since Trump has been in office, I actually no, I think gas is right around what it was when Trump got in office, but so has interest rates, like not interest rates, but inflation gone up too terribly bad, or has it started curving downwards?
Yeah, inflation is actually stabilized. He did stabilize inflation.
Okay. So housing's more affordable. The ability to get a mortgage is more readily available. We're talking about funding kids' futures. We're talking about fucking infrastructure investments and in oil and fucking natural gas. We have literally fucking played Risk and taken Venezuela's oil, which is what got us to that $50 a barrel fucking mark. So what by what measure is Trump doing that bad of a job on the economy other than the fact that everybody's like, oh my gosh, in the most expensive place in the world to buy gas is expensive.
Yeah, $8. I know, right?
Yeah.
Well,
so
here's the thing, like, and this is where, like I said, people are gonna ding Trump because you said that. Yeah, we're basically right back where we were under Biden. We voted to be better than Biden.
We're right back to where we were when Biden released the strategic oil reserves to try to win the election and brought gas prices down. Before that, they were higher than this.
Monty, we get that. But the thing is, like I said, we voted for progress, not for this to walk backwards and say, oh, at least it's not Biden.
We have gotten progress. That's my point.
If you're telling us that we're back to where Biden had prices like when he left office, then I don't know, man.
No, not prices. The price of gas is back to, it literally has not gotten worse. It has gotten slightly better and has been better for the most of this term. We have a short-term blip in the price because of Middle Eastern actions. Wow, what a concept. It's like we could have seen that coming. And it from all intents and purposes, this action looks short and fucking strategic, and it's looking like a strategic victory for the United States. So could one not infer that the price of gas is probably going to go down?
If this conflict ends and there is an energy infrastructure blown up throughout the Gulf region, then yeah, if this gets stopped today, yes, gas prices will go down. We won't have to worry about food prices going up either, because I mean that's the next step. If this does not conclude, food prices
is food prices going up. Also, now let's look at food prices. I don't know about you, but food prices have seemed to have been going down since day one of Trump's presidency.
No, that's what I'm saying. Groceries actually went down. That's true. But even that, and that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. All his progress could be lost if this war continues.
Could be. So you're echoing a sentiment from Democrats that are trying to push the idea.
No. Democrats are saying, "Oh no, Trump is going to keep us in this. All was lost. This is why you shouldn't trust him." Like that's what they're saying. I'm a bit more reasonable.
Yes, but by saying, literally, what they're saying is things are so expensive. Everything's horrible. We're all dying. We're all becoming homeless because of Trump. It's literally better than it was in January of last year. By every metric except for the price of gas, and that is literally on its way down as well. So what exactly is getting worse? Even if Trump
goes, that's got a gaslighting. If you try to say what's gotten worse, and we're looking at gas prices here.
Do me a favor. Go look up at the AAA national average for the past 18 months.
Monty, that doesn't. Like, Monty, I don't think you get it. Well, no, you do get it. Actually, no, I'm sorry, you do get it. But what you're failing to get is that
people are stupid. I know people are stupid. That's why they should be educated.
I'm with you. No, Monty. I think you need to try to actually understand your own people better, because the way you speak is as if everybody can do what you do, and that's just not it. It's not because they're stupid. It's just because they can't, or they don't have the capability to. Low key.
It's nothing.
When you sit there and say that, oh well, the going up gas price don't really matter because you got an EV. Well, what about your average family? What about your lower?
I'm not talking about an EV set. I'm not talking about an EV.
I know. Or oh well, gas prices just went up by this. Well, what about the struggling? I mean, American that was barely able to afford it while it was down, and now they're even more strained with it being up. Like, what about them? So we got to think about our own people a little bit more in like a group sense instead of just going like, well, it's good for me, so everything's it's all right.
That's all I should be talking about is myself. I don't get to speak
politics,
for
though. We got to speak towards the American people. Like, to be honest, because the American people, like, we got to think about them as a whole. Like, when we think about policies,
is your
when
job.
we support
That is
policies.
your job to speak to the American people. It's my job to give you pushback.
True. I mean, all right, but then you got to understand how I'm framing this then, because I have
do
to
understand
speak to the entirety of the American people, and when I'm speaking to them, and they're going like, well, Set, like, isn't it kind of fucked up that you let Monty just pretty much say that my struggling gas bill problem is not a problem at all? Like,
I open the call-in lines within the first 20 minutes of the show. If somebody wants to come up and give another pushback to me, then they're more than welcome to. But right now, I'm running unopposed, so I'm going to run unopposed. You are my opposition right now.
I mean, that is true, man. You are running around the arena. Like, you're all right. You're basically the only gladiator in the arena. I'll give you that one. But the problem is, though, is that you can't just tell middle class or lower class Americans that, like, look, man, short-term pain for long-term pain when it comes to these prices. Because, I mean, they were already in pain with just the down prices. Like, think about it. People were
I acknowledge that. But literally every other metric, rent, food, housing, fucking interest rates, the availability of credit, all of these things are getting cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. Economic growth is up. Fucking the job market is getting better. There's less wokeness and bullshit. So, it might be a little bit easier for this struggling family to get a job over the fucking immigrant that just got here and can't speak English.
I don't know about that, dog. See, that's the problem, because the job market took a huge hit last month. That's the problem. And jobs, non-farm payroll jobs fell by like 92,000.
Non-farm pay. Why do we put a qualifier?
Driven by a significant, I don't know, it's something about, what was it? Driven largely by significant job loss in healthcare due to strikes and slowdown in government hires.
So literally nothing to do with
the unemployment rate edged up to 4.4%.
4.4%. Really not a bad interest rate. Or sorry, not a bad unemployment.
But that's the problem. There was more jobs lost in last month than gained. And we actually started pretty good this month. So here's the thing. I'm not going to say this is the end all be all, because I'm going to be real with you. February is really, I'm not really going to count it as towards the job progress. And I can't blame it on the war, because, like, let's be real.
Can I give you
the February report? I mean, this war started on February 28th. The February report.
Can I make a statement real quick? Because you said something about the healthcare sector. Mm-hmm. One of the biggest healthcare employers in the United States has put a hiring freeze on new employees. I actually used to work for this company. They literally have a hiring freeze going on right now because of strikes, because of fucking all of these other things.
Yeah.
And that literally has nothing. So if anybody quits their job, they're not getting rehired at that place.
Yep. And it says it right here, largely driven by significant job loss in healthcare due to strikes and slowdown in government hiring. So, and here's the thing, though.
Which is a good thing. Hold on. The fact that we're slowing down government hiring is a good thing for the broader market.
Good. That's good. But seeing a 92,000 decrease, even if you can explain it by, look, man, the healthcare guys are on strike, it just don't look good. And that's why and here's the thing. That's why I want the war concluded. And I want to move on.
Can I make a statement? I want to appeal to your audience specifically. Hey, Daniel, have you lost your job? Hey, Sid, have you lost your job? Hey, Chad, have you lost your job? Or have you seen prices get cheaper and things become more affordable, with the exception of gas? Now, I know gaming is dealing with his own job issues. He's trying to get a better industry. So he's making progress towards a higher paying job. Tove, have you lost your job? So all of these things matter. And if you want to speak to the broader people, which I understand, you're absolutely doing it, and you're doing a very good job of being the devil's advocate. But come on, man. Every other metric of life is getting better, and we have a short-term problem. And I acknowledge that it is a problem, not just high and mighty hoity-toity Monty has a Tesla, doesn't have to pay for gas. I mean, I saw the writing on the wall. I tried to convince people to buy Teslas as well. And everybody's like, oh, gas is cheap. Trump's going to make gas cheap. No. What? I was right.
Wait a second, Monty. But hold on. But all right, shout out to the lunatic libertarian. He says prices don't mean anything. The quantity, the quality is what matters. You are paying top dollar for trash products, trash fruit, vegetables, meat, toxic junks. Make it make sense. They are controlled systems. Come on. And shout out to Brittany K. So at least we can afford a dozen eggs again. I mean, that is also true. Yeah, I'll give you that one.
She's supposed to be at work. Hold on. No shout out for her. She's supposed to be at work right now.
Hey, you never know. She might just be pulled out the phone real quick. Shout out to my friend Daniel Castro. He says, stop crying without solutions. That's lame. And you know what? Hey, I do hate when liberals do that too. They cry without any real solutions. And I'm just like, well, shoot, if you want to know my solution, end this war and get back to economic prosperity. Okay, that's it. That's all you got.
If I could give the average American a little piece of autism wisdom, do things that are going to insulate you from price changes, like, I don't know, buying an electric car. You don't need a fucking 19 mile. You don't need a 19 mile per gallon fucking pickup truck. You don't. I'm sorry. I've seen you all on the highway.
I'll give you that one. All right, because my mileage is way better than that.
What do you drive? I bet you drive a Corolla. $100. Bet you.
What?
No. Okay, same thing. Chevy version of it.
Yeah,
okay, all right.
Fucking like 24 to what? 27.
24 to 27 on a car? That's still not good. Is it like a 2010 Impala?
Nah. It's like a 2018.
Damn. Get you a Model 3, dude.
But that's because, I mean, real with you, that got like the special engine in it. That's like, it's all right.
Oh, it's got the SS engine in it?
Yeah, that's
I see you.
It's the only reason. I'll be real with you.
Man,
I probably got a Tesla outside of that. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Bro, you need it. I want you right now. I know you made enough money from Kalshi. Go get you a fucking used 80 to 100,000 miles, fucking on the clock Tesla Model 3. You'll pay less than 10 grand for it, and it'll pay for itself within 2 years.
I'll lean into your point on this. While I was driving around, I did see like a Tesla for like $8,000, like a blue, really nice looking one. And I think that actually might have been a Model 3.
That's what I bought when I first got into Tesla. That's what I bought, because I was like, I don't know if I trust this technology. And I tell you what, I wouldn't. I'm not trying to sit up here and be all hoity-toity. If you go buy a fucking used Tesla, I'm not going to get any money for it. Even if you use my referral code, you can't use my referral code at a used car dealership. Like, I promise you, dude, it is worth it. Absolutely is worth it. 100%. 100,000%.
All right, and that's brought to you by Tesla, man. Get you a Tesla today with Monty's promo code.
Don't go out and buy $115,000 car from Tesla. Go get a fucking economical vehicle where you can do the math for yourself and figure out how much you would save in gas. And I promise you would be fucking surprised.
And all right, Monty, though we do got to end it so I can at least wake up in time to do the 12 o'clock show.
Man, all you gotta do is just stay up all night. Just keep going.
Come on now. I gotta take a little bit of a break in between.
No, you don't. 24-hour news coverage, damn it.
I'm weak. Man, one day, One day I felt like I do need to do like a 24-hour stream. Probably gonna have to be when something crazy. God forbid something crazy happens to where I do gotta do a 24-hour.
Jesus Christ. No, do not wait until the world is ending to do a 24-hour stream.
Literally, like 3 hours ago, Brooklyn done got flooded over, and then 5 hours ago, Seattle is now split up by an earthquake. It's like, who would want to listen? Like, that'd be terrible.
Bro, we're trying to live. We're trying to survive. Your viewership's gonna be nothing.
I mean, shoot, you never know. People might be wondering when the next earthquake gonna hit.
They're not gonna be listening to you for it.
Hey, you never know, bro. They might not trust the media even then.
I got on the ground footage for you.
But all
right,
right, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and end it on this one, guys. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. We're gonna go ahead and end from a word from our
Y'all need
sponsors.
to before you do that, everybody in the chat needs to thank me because I pushed him an hour and a half past what he planned on doing.
Literally, I said it was gonna be a quick 2-hour one, bro. Hour and a half. Now I got
3.5 hours,
bro. All right, man. We out on this one, guys. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. This is Set with Set Media. Peace. Yo, this is Set with Set Media, man. I'm here to talk to you about our partner, Kalshi. Kalshi is the largest legal prediction market in the United States with over 1 million users. It's available in all 50 states. They are a real money market. People trading on what they think will happen. You can build a position and trade in and out of almost any prediction you think. Kalshi facilitates trade between people, kind of like the stock market. There's no limiting your trades just because you're winning. Kalshi will pay you interest on your position. So if you make a long-term trade, you can earn a return even before the market is resolved. If you want to try out Kalshi, go ahead and give them a try, guys, at my link, kalshi.com/setmedia. Get $20 when you trade 20, so it's 20 for 20, guys. Once again, that's kalshi.com/setmedia. Go ahead and use my code setmedia to get $20 when you trade 20. Let's go ahead and take a look here at Kalshi, because like I said, it is a trading market where you can put in your prediction and you can go ahead and earn interest on that. You can make money off the knowledge that you know, and if you put $20 in, you get $20 back. So all right, guys, make sure to go check out my guy at Kalshi, because you can get in on good trades like who will Trump nominate as Fed chair? Will Ali Khamenei be outed as the supreme leader? And will the U.S. confirm that aliens exist before 2027? So if you want to get in on this action, once again, go ahead and go to my partners at Kalshi. Go ahead and use the link, or you can hit the QR code above and use Set Media to go ahead and get $20 when you trade 20. This is Set from Set Media, and shout out to Kalshi.